memorable. I'm your host, Loke7, and joining me today is the lovely Cozy Beluga, Mr. Behind Them Sticks, Ham Solo, and the man that likes games more than anyone
Hey,
alive,
Loke.
Mr.
Guess
Matt
what?
likes game.
Loke, guess what?
What?
They heard
What?
none of that beginning part.
Son of a bitch.
Wow. That is astonishing.
Oh man, deserved.
Are you
Deserved.
happy with yourself right now, Ham Solo? Are you happy with yourself?
I'm pretty happy right now because the way you were coming at me.
All
I
right.
told you not to bother me, and now you gotta
At least
redo
you know what,
it.
No. Ham Solo, as long as I helped make you feel better, that's a dub, in my opinion.
Okay.
But
Be sure to introduce
the audio?
the guy who likes games more than anybody else ever.
Oh
Oh
God,
my
is the
God.
audio working, Ham?
The audio
Is it working
kicking.
now?
It is kicking. It is
All
pumping.
right,
It
cool.
is
Welcome
working.
everyone, Mr. Joanna Dark. Happy Mario Day. I did not know there was a thing. I didn't know it was a day. Where we dedicated to this Nintendo character, probably the most iconic. I didn't know that was a thing. Welcome to Big. Sal Bloitin says the hype is real. Star Citizen 0906. This guy. All right. Welcome everyone. Stank Ma, welcome to the chat, bruv. St. John
Hello.
from Des Moines says, yo, it's me, the nerd noise radio guy you met at Gamers the other day. This is my personal account. Happy Mario. Damn, this Happy Mario thing is for real. Okay, so smash the like button, subscribe, etc. Welcome, Sir X-Man, you and your blah, blah, blah. So, since Ham done ruined the intro for this week, before we partake in this week's session of digital savagery, tell me, Cozy Beluga, how you feeling, bros?
Absolutely, I'm excited.
What you been playing?
I finished up Beacon Pines. I was going to start another game, but then I started State of Decay again, and now I'm roped back in.
Wow.
I finished the settlement though. I finished the legacy, and I moved on to a new town.
Do you play alone on State of Decay, or do you have like a crew?
My game is open, so anyone can join me. But
oh, okay. She says she's inclusive, y'all.
Yeah.
All right.
In other words, she's saying she's playing alone. She just says it's open.
No, people have joined me.
God.
But I played with people, and people have joined me. But the thing is, it's just the way I play State of Decay. Also the fun fact, playing keeping the multiplayer open is like a dangerous game, because that means you can ping into people's games, basically you can radio into people's games. If you've never played the multiplayer, and it's kind of interesting. But anyway, so basically, I'm not always alone. Sometimes people just join my game.
That's awesome. Real quick, Stackmo is asking if Cozy has started Hogwarts Legacy. Stackmo, you know the rules. If it's not $30 or less, Cozy ain't touching it.
Cutscenes.
Yeah. Mr. Joanna Duck says, I'm playing Wolong, almost done with Chained Echoes, completed Bayonetta Origins there. How do you guys play all these games? That is insane. Ham Solo, what have you been playing this past week?
First of all, shout out to St. John. What's cracking? Says St. John from Des Moines coming through. Good to see. He's living same area that I'm in. Just wanted to shout that out. But as for what I've been playing as of lately, lots of Wolong. Lots and lots of Wolong. Bro, I had somebody try to invade my game yesterday. I had to give him that disrespect. And then I posted it on Twitter like, yo, look at this fool coming into my game.
Oh, you whooped his ass?
Fool. Oh yeah, I slaughtered him. He didn't even get a hit in. I hopped down off of the top of this area, and I tried to do a jump down attack and fall on top of him, right? And I just whiffed. But since I whiffed, he thought it was a cool time to try his special. Parried. And then he got a cold sword in his back. I just, and I sent him back to his own to his own local game. He can go play in his own area, but not in mine.
Damn.
Matt was over there trying to level up. He was doing his thing because we were playing multiplayer. Matt was leveling up, trying to figure out why he was overweight for like 20 minutes, and I had to hold down the fort for bro. So
it's threats being chucked out here. Mr. Joanna Duck says, "I'm going to invade you and post it."
It sounds like Mr. Joanna Duck is the one that invaded last night because he got scrapped.
Allegations.
Someone sounded salty. We don't have any evidence right now.
These are just allegations. We don't know if this is true. We need to check the evidence. Someone call the CMA. Stackball says, "Wait, Wolong, that finally dropped. I've been away from gaming for a minute, bro. If you stay away from Xbox for like 2 days, the amount of games that are just gonna rock, people just, oh yeah, this is on Game. What? That's on Game Pass, dude. You need to be on it every day, like a job. That's how ridiculous it is." Osha says, "Lol, legendary. Welcome, Oshus." All right. Ham is kicking ass in Wolong. Matt, what you been playing this past week?
New season of Halo Infinite.
Oh, I forgot to say that.
Halo Infinite has content?
It does have content. And
it's actually really good. The disrespect. Stop it.
It's actually they did a decent job with it. I finished all the weekly stuff on that. I finished the story event pass. I'm working on the old battle pass because I didn't finish that. But then also Wolong. Me and Ham played Wolong for like 5 hours last night. We got all the way to that's the last boss, right, Lulu?
I'm guessing so.
Yeah, so we're all
that joint ain't no joke.
That dude is fucking us up. I don't think we've got him to like 75% of his health bar yet. He's just fucking us up. But yeah, Wolong and Halo Infinite have been the things I've been playing. I want to try to get into Resident Evil, but we'll see.
We need to rewind. No, we need to rewind. Say it again. Halo Infinite has new content.
It has new fun content.
What?
And the new weapon.
Like if
you like the DMR from Halo Reach, the new weapon fucking rocks. Yeah. It's great. It's fantastic. Check it out.
It's very slow.
Yeah.
The DMR is slow.
Yeah, that's wild to me.
It's very powerful. Nice.
You gotta be
very powerful.
You gotta be super precise with it, and it's a good weapon. It's a really good weapon. That's what I've been playing, though. Halo and Wolong.
All right. So Mr. Johnny Duck's enjoying it. It says it's great. Tutorial boss was a bit of a challenge, but it sets you up for the rest of the game. I couldn't beat
I played so far.
I couldn't beat the tutorial boss, and I left it at that. Anyways,
you need to get good.
That's a fact. Listen to Cozy. Get good, Loke. I can't hold your hand until after you get past that boss, Loke. You have to beat that boss if you want me to drag you to Lulu.
I'll tell you, Loke, I'm dead
serious. Now, you're selling it right now, dude. Live on stream, you're really convincing me to reinstall that motherfucker and try again. Well done,
I'll
dude.
tell you, that's the second hardest boss in the game, Loke.
That's the second hardest. So after
Lulu
that,
being
it's
the first.
Right. Okay.
So if you beat that, then it's pretty easy after that. Until you get to Lulu. Then Lulu will fuck your shit up.
All right. Well, Mr. Joanna Dark, that is unnecessary. It is really unnecessary. Ham, what were you saying?
Oh, nothing. I was thinking of saying something, then I just was like, screw it.
All right. So X-Men says someone made a Nuketown map in Halo. I loved it. All right. See, that'll make me want to check it out. All right. Let's get into it, guys. StarField release date and trailer. First off, did everyone watch the trailer? and see the release date.
Yes.
Ham, Cozy,
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
did you watch?
Oh, absolutely.
Did
absolutely.
you watch? Cozy, did you watch?
Yep.
Yeah, how
All
could you
right.
not see it? How could you not see it?
Yeah,
It's the
right.
biggest game
I
that's
knew
been
it
coming
was
out
like
this
the
year,
year,
right?
It wasn't going to be released in the next 12.
The biggest
12
game of
months,
the year,
they said
Luke.
it.
How could we not see this?
It's not the biggest game in the year.
Well, it is.
What's the biggest
this-
game of the year, Cozy?
Starfield.
Harry Potter.
Well, fuck. Harry
What?
Potter,
I mean,
honestly,
hey.
frankly.
No,
I mean, hey.
no.
True.
Listen,
Wait.
she's not lying, but
Big in
also,
terms of
hey,
what? Okay,
Starfield.
settle down, guys.
Yeah.
Let's organize this. Let's structure this. Cozy, biggest.
Yeah.
Harry Potter is going to be the biggest game in terms of what? What are we talking about? Sales.
All right. Now,
Player
what's happening to this goalpost right now? Loke is transforming. He's like, let me transform the goalpost. Now we're playing arena football.
Players, everything.
What are we doing?
The goalpost is tighter now.
There's no
Let's
way
let Cozy finish. Go ahead, Cozy.
sales and players.
That's a good point.
Sales and
Sales
player
and player.
count.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
That's
Cozy,
true. That's true. Though. It's going to be.
This is the number one most wish listed game on Steam.
It's only number one because it had so many years to do it.
Damn. Okay. So, okay, Ham, do you agree, Cozy, that the Hogwarts Legacy or another game is going to be bigger than Starfield this year?
I think Starfield is going to be second place when it comes to biggest game of the year. I mean, I think it's the biggest game yet to come for the rest of the year. But
I can agree with that.
I don't
That's
think
fair.
it's gonna outdo
So
something
bigger than
third
Final
party. I mean, it's just
game.
to me, this is God of War and Elden Ring all over again. That's what this is to me.
Hold on, Ham. You said it's going to be the biggest game that's still coming. So Final Fantasy 16, Spider-Man 2,
This is bigger than Final Fantasy 16.
No, I'm not saying
That's
I'm
easy.
not saying that's nothing. What I'm
No, I'm
saying
saying
is
next to
I think it's gonna. I think Starfield. Whew, man, because that's a tough fight right there. Starfield versus Spider-Man, right?
Uh-huh.
Final Fantasy.
Yep.
I feel like Final Fantasy's kind of in fifth place on this. Hate it or love it. That's my opinion.
With that, I think
Yep.
I think Final Fantasy appeals to weebs for the most part, or people who like that sort of thing.
Disrespectful
also-
Stop
take.
it, Cozy. Stop
Also,
it.
it's the
It is a
same-
weeb
it's the
game.
same
Final
problem that
Fantasy is a
Spider-Man
weeb
has.
game. It is a
Bro.
weeb game.
It's
Cozy,
exactly
you're the
same-
one who play. You got a Nintendo Switch, but every time you get a chance to take a dig at weebs, you're the first in line. What's that about?
You know, I don't
I'm
play weeb
confused.
games.
It's also the same problem that Spider-Man has. I don't think Spider-Man, if it launched on PC and PlayStation at the same time, it would have a chance against Starfield. Not only would it have a chance, it'd probably outsell it. But it's the fact that Starfield's on PC and console that it's
Day
like
one.
it's not a contest.
And on
It's
a
not
on a
contest.
subscription service.
Exactly.
So
Same
like
for
The
Final
other thing to
Fantasy.
think about,
You're not getting it on PC
is-
anytime soon.
It's
I
a
think
it's
the
a
other thing to
free
think
game.
about
Final
in
Fantasy
respect to
disrespectful to the
Starfield.
PC.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is like
Go ahead,
in respect to like Starfield is you know, a kind of game that like, you know, it's an RPG, like a deep RPG, and if it does exactly what they've basically promised, there's
Yeah.
no way it's not going to be a game that people there's no way it's not going to do things in terms of like, you know, the way Fallout and Skyrim are and like Oblivion and Morrowind already are. There's no way it's not going to be something like that
Yep.
where like, you know, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, people are like, oh, let me boot up Starfield. Whereas a lot of these other games, no one's going to be playing them.
Okay, so
Like
are
20
we
years.
saying that longevity now is an argument for the quality of
I'm-
the game?
No, I'm not saying quality. I'm saying that's
No.
what I believe Starfield will do great. Not
Yeah.
that
Okay.
it was going to set
Okay.
and like light the world on fire, but that it'll be more talked about than a lot of these other games in 20 years.
Exactly.
More
Oh,
To
yeah,
played
back that
than
up,
these other
definitely.
games in 20 years.
yeah, and to back
Yeah.
that up, I looked at Steam yesterday because I made a video on this because everybody's freaking out about the delay or whatever. Everyone's like losing their minds over it. So I made a video on it, and I looked it up on Steam. Top 100 most played games. Skyrim, at the time I looked it up, at the minute I looked it up, it was number 45. It's 11 years old. Number like 64, 63 was Fallout 4. Was 7 years old. Fallout 76 was there too. I didn't expect that. That was like number 90.
Again, dude, is this like this feels like the LeBron goalposts? Okay, now we have to take into consideration. Oh, but this game is going to be like
No, I'm
uh,
not saying. I'm not
No,
talking
no,
about in
that's
terms of.
accessible, and people are going to want to play the crap out of it still, like 10 years later.
I'm not
No,
saying that's why it's bad. I'm just saying that's a fact of that kind of game.
and
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying that's
probably
what
what's
makes
going to
it
happen.
great. I'm not saying that's like, oh, a goalpost movie. I'm saying that's what is going to make it great. A game that people
Yeah.
actually want to come back to, not just talk about. Because there are lots of games people talk about, but they don't actually touch them. And it's like, have you ever even touched this game?
Yeah,
GoldenEye.
like
Um,
in
Damn, shame.
perspective, like I compared it to two games that just recently released, Forspoken, and then just to prove that it wasn't some fanboy shit, Hi-Fi Rush. Both of those games are not in the top 100 most played games on Steam. I loved Hi-Fi Rush. It's fantastic. It's just not there. And it just released. So
All right. Let's go to the chat real quick before this gets out of control. Kia Sante, welcome, brother. He says, I beat Lulu to prove I could, but I still don't like the game. Too difficult. Well, fair point. Stanley Francois. See, Stanley Francois is a normal human being just like me. Says, I'm still
yeah,
on the tutorial, boss. I got to get my parry down. Dude, uninstall, right? Uninstall and then install
Ooh.
Death Stranding.
And don't ever wear
Go.
tons of equipment.
That's random, Loke. Install Death
I'm just saying.
Stranding.
I'm just trying to help you. I'm trying to hook a brother up. That's all
Oh
I'm
my
doing.
god.
I
I'm not mad at the game choice. It just has no correlation. Like,
oh my god. Sour Blow says I'm back. Did I miss any of Loke's bad takes? Whatever, dude.
oh, you missed a lot.
I mean,
Yeah,
you just caught one of them.
Spider-Man 2. All right, cool. Settle down. Stagwell says Spider-Man 2 is going to be better than StarField. Maybe. Osha says that's only because Hogwarts Legacy is on more platforms, but in terms of impact, not even close to StarField is going to be a game changer. I kind of agree with that. Kia Sante says, look, it sounds like you answer the question. She's got a Switch. She know how that abacus works. Okay. We're going to stop with the violence to the almost dead console. So next part of this question. Cozy, you go first. Will you be buying? All right, fine. This question is not for you, Cozy. Matt, will you be buying or playing Starfield when it launches?
No. Wait. You skipped this question,
Oh.
and there's a clarifier for when I buy games that I actually said for ages and ages back. If I see a game that has a special edition, and I like the special edition, I might buy that because I buy special editions. You know, you see me. I buy special editions.
Yes.
That is the one
So you only
exception.
go for value.
So,
You only go for value.
I'd have to see if there's a special edition and what it looks like.
That's
okay.
fair.
Okay, Matt, will you be buying Starfield?
100%. And if like Cozy said, if there's a special edition, I'll be getting that for Xbox, and I'll also probably buy it on PC as well, just to have it on Steam.
I think Mom's
Okay.
disrespecting Cozy around. She said she ain't buying that.
For sure. Usher says day one purchase. Damn.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It is
And
a
it's
day
on
one
Game
purchase.
Pass, and
It's
it
a day
will
one
be,
purchase in
but
my
it
eyes.
will-
Gotta.
Go ahead, Ed. Go ahead, tell us why.
I want to see what I'd ideally like to see, and I talked to Matt about this not that long ago. I was like, if they come out with a $200 to $300 collector's package,
Ooh.
I'm down to get it. But there's one caveat. If it comes out, if it, you remember what I'm talking about now, don't you?
Yeah.
Don't you, Matt? There's one caveat.
Mhm.
If they pull the same joint that God of War did with their package, where they gave you a hammer, they gave you a necklace, they gave you toys, they gave
And
you
then a
books, and then they give you a box to the game with a code in it. No disc.
Damn.
You know that's gonna happen?
Bruh.
That's really
That's probably gonna happen.
If it happens, y'all can miss me with it. I'm sorry.
And I mean, I understand that, but I understand why they do that too.
Explain.
They do that like because you know, with the Series S being most of the sales, you put a disc in. It's like, what am I going to do with that disc? And yes, you know, the people can be like, oh, well, you know, just play it on what-you-call-it.
You know what you could do to alleviate that? Make a second SKU that doesn't. I mean,
you could, but you know, these companies don't. Because I actually, that was my question: is like, why didn't they just have 2 SKUs for God of War? But you know, it's cheaper to make 1 SKU. I hope that they just do the 2 SKU thing. But you never know.
Why should last generation get a disc?
Or it'd be nice if they could just like, here's the disc. If you have a Series S, here's a code for it, so you have the license to download it.
Yeah, it should be one that you pick, right? You pick the one that with the code or one with the disc.
I think it should have both of them.
One of the discs would be like $2 more expensive.
How that would work. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. Doesn't really make sense in my head.
Let's jump to the chat real quick. Mr. Jenna Duck says, "Can we talk about Tears of the Kingdom, the game that will be Game of the Year contention?" Cozy, Zelda?
I actually forgot all about
Breath
that.
of the Wild 2. Will Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 be a Game of the Year contender, Cozy?
Yes.
Wow.
Because it's Zelda and people like Zelda. Not me though.
But it's just more of the same, you know?
That's not necessarily true. Yeah, if you played a lot of Zeldas, because they are often very, very, very different games.
All right. Matt, is it in the realm of possibility that Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be a banger?
Not only is it in the realm of possible, like, as much
not
as
sales
I like
wise,
Starfield,
not sales
yeah,
wise.
I'd
talking
like,
about, like,
no, I get it. Like, I want Starfield to win Game of the Year, but realistically, it's Hogwarts or probably Zelda. Unless Starfield is like fucking like Skyrim. Unless it's literally Skyrim. Like, unless it reviews that good, it's probably going to be either Zelda or Hogwarts. So, yeah.
I feel like Starfield is not going to review that good.
No, I don't. I think Starfield's probably going to be high 80s, low 90s, I would imagine. And people are going to slam it because it's going to be buggy or whatever.
No, people are. It's of course it's going to be buggy, but people are going to. It's not going to review that high.
Because.
But it'll be a matter of like, haha, it's not reviewing high, and everyone else is like, I don't care, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Stankmore, I'm sorry, dude, I didn't see your comment. I'm trying to keep up. Ham, is Breath of the Wild 2 gonna be a Game of the Year contender?
First of all, I'm gonna need Stankbon's knees for the last thing he said in the chat. For the last thing he said in the chat. Come September, I'm coming after them knees.
Bro, Stankmore, okay, I need to read this out. Stankmore says he's got $50 saying, and this is American, not Canadian, saying Starfield is not dropping in September. Bro,
I agree.
And I'm the guy that's been here talking about Starfield ain't coming this year. And after what they just announced, I'm taking a step all the way back. Okay, so seeing this is wow to me. Just wow, Stankmore. We might have to ban your ass for like a month after Starfield comes out. For real, like I won't even read nothing. You might even super chat us, and I won't read that. I'm sorry.
I'm agreeing with Stankmore. I'm agreeing.
Yeah. I'm taking that bet, Stankmore. I'm taking that bet.
Ham's taking the bet. Cozy, tell us why you agree with Stankmore. This is wild.
Because I mean, I already was like, when they put it in their 12-month thing, I was already like,
this is ego.
It's
not. So this is an ego move that you're doing. This is an ego.
Yeah,
move.
She's doubling down. You know when you're losing in the stock market, but you're like, no, it's gonna come back up. It's fine. It's fine. Go ahead, Cozy.
I'm also hoping that if I bet against it super hard, it will actually come out in September.
Oh my god.
Mr. Joanna Dark trying to tell you, Stank Ma, this is your last
Yeah,
keep your
chance
money.
to back.
Well, you can save that money. You got $50. Put it towards something nice.
Put it towards Starfield, bruh.
Yeah, buy
Oh my
yourself
God.
that special edition in September.
Oh my god. You
I'm
know,
telling you,
listen.
9-6. Them knees is mine. If you hit them knees is mine.
Ham is about to set a reminder, people. Pay attention. Ham's about to set a reminder.
Already set mine up.
Damn. Okay. Cult Classic K says Final Fantasy 16 is going to be the game of the year. You know, I might actually agree with that.
Hey, you know,
It's a
Stank Ma,
PlayStation exclusive.
not only will I give you that $50 if I'm wrong, but I will make a stream of me holding that L if I end up owing you 50 bones.
I might wake up for that one. I might wake up at like 3 a.m. just to spam LOL in the chat for like
I know
30 minutes.
Loke stays hungry 24/7 for disrespect. He's always looking for it.
Like I'll buy like 10 of these just to stay up for you, bro. I'll do it. Last little angle of the Starfield discussion here. So there's a direct coming in June, on June 11th to be specific, just focused on Starfield. It's called the Starfield Direct. What is everyone's thoughts on this? Because this is kind of weird. I think it's the first time we've ever had a direct for a game that's coming like 5-6 months later.
No, it ain't that much longer later. It's 3.
And it's just for the game. It's just for that game specifically. What are your guys' thoughts on this? No order.
Starfield deserves a direct. If I think honestly Xbox should be doing that for just about every AAA game they release, but Starfield especially deserves that. I just think it's a little weird that we got the announcement for it. I mean, I guess they're excited to show you the date, but I guess it's kind of weird we got the announcement for the direct a few months in advance. I was expecting we get the direct, end of March, April, maybe May, but we got the announcement for it in June, which is, that's fine. I'll just wait for it in June, but I thought that was a little weird.
All I gotta say is, y'all Marchers out there, I'm sorry, but y'all need to get up, stand up proud, and say, I took this L. Because that was embarrassing. to think the game was going to come out this. I'm so happy I didn't agree with anybody saying March. I was thinking March.
Oh yeah,
there might be there. I was thinking there might be an event, but there was no way.
For the Marches.
There was no way I thought that this game was coming out in March.
I can't believe this. The Marchers. That's what you call them now. Jesus.
Oh yeah,
that's what they're called.
That's what they're calling them, is the Marchers. Yeah, they marching. They marching. But but as for go ahead, Lo.
About the Starfield Direct, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see how grand this game is. I'm gonna assume they're gonna not only touch upon some of the planets that have that have been like handcrafted, but I want to see some of the stuff that are like outside the realm of the. I'm actually interested in some of this procedural generated stuff because I want to see at what length did they take it. I want to see what it's like to build a ship. I want to see just some of the basics of that game just to get me really hyped for it. And I think for a game of that magnitude, I mean, we're talking about like a game that's supposed to be a lot bigger than Skyrim. And that game is ridiculously huge. There's so much stuff to learn in Skyrim. There's so much stuff that I haven't even figured out yet while playing Skyrim. And I'm at least 40 or 50 hours into that game, which isn't much. It isn't much at all. But Matt, please tell me,
Yeah.
Through the time that you played Skyrim, do you even know? You're a big fan. That's your favorite game of all time.
It is. There's stuff in Skyrim that I don't know about.
But I was gonna say, before you answer that, like, how many hours or days do you have in Skyrim?
I'll look that up for you. I think it's days. It's
Just
over,
ballpark.
and just the special edition. It's over like 120 days. Days.
And how many
hours? Days.
And that's on what platform?
That's just on Xbox. That's not including PC. That doesn't include
120
360.
days.
That's days, and it's that those kind of numbers also for Fallout 4. So it's like that's the kind of time I'll put into this game, more than likely.
So just knowing
Christ.
that and hearing that he's put in just like over 120 days just on the Xbox version, right? Not counting PC, which I know he's dug into on that. Not counting PlayStation, which I know he's dug in on that. Like, bro, he doesn't even know everything about that game. So
There's
I
stuff I don't know on that game.
And we've already
Yeah, I'm gonna
known.
steal receipts.
We've already known that StarField or let's go to Fallout. Fallout 4 has more lines of dialogue and stuff like that than Skyrim. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
How
Yep.
many more times of dialogue is Starfield supposed to have compared to Fallout, which is supposed to be the leader right now?
If my
Yeah, it's a
memory is
lot.
correct, it's like 250,000 more
I'll look it up
from
for
the
you
last
guys.
time. Like I think I put it in one of the quizzes.
Yeah,
It's a
Starfield
couple
features
hundred
over
thousand.
250,000 lines of
There you go.
dialogue, which is more than
Yeah.
Skyrim and Fallout 4
Perfect.
combined.
Perfect memory, guys. Perfect memory. Y'all need to trust me. All right. Y'all need to trust. Stop Googling. Just ask Daddy Loke. All right. Just do
We're
that.
not Googling.
no.
We're using
Can you never say
Bing,
that again?
woke.
Oh God, you're binging it.
Yes,
Oh
I
man.
need my
So we can't
points,
trust
Loke.
these results. We can't trust these results. All right. If we're
I need
using
my
Bing,
points,
I
Loke.
don't know, man. I don't know. Put
Honestly,
1 plus
though,
1 on Bing. You might get 3. I'm just saying.
honestly,
Go ahead,
though,
Cozy.
honestly, something I've observed is in some like because sometimes I used to switch to Google to be like, well, let me just Google it. It'll find things more relevant. But I've noticed Bing has been working a lot better.
All right, guys. Just because Starfield is the headliner, this is not about to become a Microsoft podcast.
They
No,
also
I'm-
released
she's just
AI
spitting the facts
AI
right
Bing.
now. She's just spitting the facts
No,
right now
Bing,
because
it's like it was like
Google Chrome's rough.
I used to be like, I used to search for things in Bing just for my points, then be like, okay, let me just do a real search in Google and find it. And a lot of times now, it's like I'm not
A real
finding better results in Google when I Google it.
Yeah, I'll go to Google right now.
I do like the Google widget on my phone better than the Bing one. The Bing one
Yeah.
sucks.
The Bing one's pretty slow on your phone, or at least on my phone.
It
It's
is
not
slow.
great.
I have a Galaxy Note S20. It is slow.
Yeah.
Okay. Cult Classic Cake says this needs to be a Final Fantasy 16 podcast.
Absolutely not.
Cult,
Absolutely not.
That sounds like a
Cult
terrible time.
Classic
I
This
can't
is
lie to you.
2023. All right. There's 4 people of color on this panel. Ain't nobody trying to
Yeah.
deal with a game with 0 people of color.
I actually
No.
don't even care about that.
No.
I don't even care about that.
I
But
also don't care, but it's funny to say, Cozy. Come on. Just go with
it
it.
is.
Go,
It is funny to hear.
go ahead, Cozy. Go ahead, Cozy.
I just think I think most of typically I think most of those kinds of games made by Square Enix have like really terrible writing. Like I actually don't like a lot of like the big Japanese games because I think they have terrible writing.
Hey, Santa eating you up right now, Loke. I know you're reading that.
He's really not.
He's
really not, because I'm saying what I'm saying, but I also use Bing.
Bing
Remember,
is better than Google.
remember, Ham. This is how I campaigned and ended up finding out that the guys at Microsoft ended up turning on Microsoft rewards through Bing. Remember? couple of
Yeah,
months back.
I know.
Remember?
Look, we just give me
Yeah.
a hard time, man. Chill. I know you getting
Uh-huh.
paid by Microsoft. You ain't got to shout
Oh,
it over
God.
here,
Stop.
bruh.
Stop. Ham. Keep it together. Keep it
Oh
together.
yeah,
Power
it's
Blow 18 says
$100.
just the economy on this game is going to be insane. You're able to hire people, build base, own property, buy ships, ship parts, their company, competing, sell your parts. That's going to
And
be a
start
huge
out in
factor.
debt.
You know what? Also,
I've
Power
already
Blow. Go ahead, Cozy.
I've already decided, like when they looked at the career path, I'm going to be a space pirate chef.
Oh, I'm
Because
being
why
a space
not?
pirate.
I'm being a space pirate chef,
I think
specifically
everyone's
chef,
gonna
because
be a
that was
space
a
pirate.
background choice.
gonna
No,
be a
the fact that you
terrible
could be a
person.
chef. I want to be a chef, a space pirate chef.
All right. Matt, you're just going to be a space pirate, just a pirate.
I mean, yeah, more than likely on my first playthrough.
Do something else. Be like a space pirate that's also a masseuse.
Well,
you know
here's
what I
the
mean?
thing. Here's the thing. Space pirate, and then you build on from that. There's tons of stuff to do in this game. I might fall into something else. But we're starting with space pirate.
If you can mine rocks, that's probably what I'm going to do.
Damn,
Mine
that's the
rocks and
default, and
Matt's
we'll
gonna
go
be
from
a
there.
professional lick hitter.
Exactly. I'll be a fucking hitman on there. I don't care.
Oh man, Let's
I'm
go to
already
the
Matt
chat real
Licks
quick.
games. I might as well be a professional lick hitter.
Might as well.
That's
Cult Classic K says, "Pray for me, y'all. I'm all in on Final Fantasy 16. If it turns out to be a dud, it will break me as a gamer." All right. So specifically
Be
about
bad.
FF16, let's be honest,
I'll
guys.
take
It's not going to
that.
be a bad game. Come on.
It'll just
Let's
be
all
like
agree on that.
mediocre, like most Square Enix games.
It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine.
I-
and then they'll say,
Yeah.
it'll be like
It'll,
the best
no, but
game
what I'm
in
saying
4
is,
years.
it will
and they'll say it
definitely have great
underperformed.
gameplay. It'll definitely have
They
great gameplay.
underperform.
Yeah,
It
Man,
will definitely
Jesus.
have great gameplay.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure, there you go.
Cassie, I don't think we're saying it's going to be terrible. You rest assured you're going to play a very good game. It's
Hey.
just not going to be as big as it would be if StarField wasn't releasing this year.
I don't
Guys,
think it would be anyway, because
Yeah,
I think Final Fantasy just appeals to less people.
and also because
especially when you lock it
7,
behind one platform.
because 7 Remake kind of finished the first part, I think a lot of people, Final Fantasy related wise, are just focusing on that. You know, there's lots of nostalgia and whatever. 16 is kind of like, that's a nice, but we're really looking forward to part 2 of the 7 Remake. Last point on this one of
Before you
StarField.
move on,
Seven.
before you move on
Go ahead.
from Final Fantasy, I just wanted to throw in that this game. I mean, Loke. I think Loke should buy this game.
I will
What?
buy it. It's
I-
actually on my
I-
purchase
I,
list.
I think you should really buy Final Fantasy. You know why? Because the cutscenes in the game, if you put them all together, they're longer than the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So, and I know
Oh,
you're like
Ham
the king of
Solo.
cuts.
He is.
You're the king of cuts.
Ham
So,
Solo, let me tell you something.
I hear
Jokes on
Kojima
you,
makes an
because
appearance
I'm
too.
into that shit. All right. When I saw that article, I was like, guys, the article was so negative. I'm like, guys, this is not a bad thing.
I don't think it's not a
I'm
bad thing
definitely
if you
getting-
love it. If you like that
I'm
game,
getting-
then
I'm
it's like the
getting Final
best thing
Fantasy 16.
to hear. No,
Yes,
for
I'm
real.
getting
If you're
16.
excited for that game, I don't see I know obviously Cozy's not excited for it, but it's not her type of game either. But I'm just saying, if you're really enthusiastic about a story, if you like Kojima games and you also like Final Fantasy, the way that they were saying this, the way I read the article is that it's excellent for fans of
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah.
For somebody like
Yeah.
me that doesn't like Final Fantasy, that sounds like pulling teeth with a wrench.
Hey. Yeah, what
Wow.
I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a
With
bad
zero
game. It's just,
anesthesia.
it's like
Just raw,
this game is
man.
going to the
Just
Final
raw.
Fantasy 16 is going to sell to Final Fantasy fans.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Sure.
there are games like when I talk about Elden Ring being great is because it's sold to non-fans. Final Fantasy 16 is going to sell to the same crowd that already likes Final Fantasy. It's not going to
Right.
have a bunch of people that are like, I don't like Final Fantasy, being like, I want to play this.
There's a nice question here by K. Asante. It says people keep hating on No Man's Sky to Starfield comparisons. I love No
Oh.
Man's Sky, so I don't get the hate. How do you all feel about it? Before you guys go, I played No Man's Sky. I hated it. I tried it again years later after all the patches, I still hate it, and I'm looking forward to Starfield. I think No Man's Sky is what's their cheesy mechanic? It's something about worlds that generate themselves or whatever.
Procedural generated.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think No Man's Sky is procedural generation the game. I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to do is explore the universe, and it needs to matter. No Man's Sky, it feels like it's just there. The algorithm vomits stuff out and then have fun with it. For me, that's not what I'm looking for. What do you guys think about this point specifically that he's asking?
Because it just shows that people are dumb. People are dumb. You know, it's like being like, you know, it's like it used to be like, I remember when kids would be like Star Wars versus Star. They're not the same thing. They both have the star and space is all they have in common.
Star Trek,
and this is the same thing.
Star Wars.
This is like the same thing. It's like, you know, like just play because people were like, just play No Man's Sky, whatever. That's a completely different game.
No,
that is a completely. I like No Man's Sky. I don't love it. I like it, but I understand what you're saying because really you're just wandering around, collecting things, discovering things, rinse, repeat. And when they talk about like, you know, bragging, I'm gonna say something. A bragging point, like in No Man's Sky, you can travel from one planet to the other. It is tedious. That is actually something I really, really hate in No Man's Sky.
Okay, so you shouldn't play Elite Dangerous. Ham, what's your thoughts on
my God, Elite Dangerous. You didn't just say that. Oh my God, that game. That game is like
proper simulation.
It is. To me, it is the arc of space. Like you see what I'm saying? Because everything in that game, you have to like build or just figure out on your own. And earn.
So I think Elite Dangerous is a little different though, because Elite Dangerous, I don't like. I guess for me, I like only exploring in a game if I'm supposed to be doing something else. If you get what I'm saying. Like, if I'm like, oh, you're supposed to go save the day, and instead I like, you know, fuck around and, you know, collect items and stuff like that. It's like, I like the relaxation of, like, basically getting lost as I'm supposed to be on my way to do something. And I think that's what Elite Dangerous is kind of different because it has things to do. Whereas No Man's Sky, you know, there's but so much I can find enjoyment in and just getting lost without purpose.
I just think I don't know, just the gameplay loop in No Man's Sky, it's okay. I won't say it's great. I won't say it's terrible. It was just, from my experience with it, when I first played it, it wasn't that great. It was very similar to what Loke was saying. But after they, you know, updated it,
dude, I hated that guy. The guy that sold it to us. I hated him for like a month, man.
But like after I played it, after it was updated, I figured out kind of what I was supposed to do, the gameplay loop and whatnot. It just, I don't know. It just didn't feel like going into a planet, flying into a planet felt amazing. I know that you're not going to be able to do that on Starfield. That did feel pretty amazing to do. But I'm not going to lie. After doing it about 30 or 40 times, I was kind of over it. I was kind of over it. I was over... I just wasn't feeling it as much anymore. It was a game that lost me fairly easily, and I felt like the missions is what lost me about that game, because it was more or less about me just building some stuff than it was creating any type of story at all. So I just ended up feeling like I said, it felt very much like Ark, but not as fun for me, which might sound crazy to some people.
All right, well, let's get it moving, guys. We've guzzled on Starfield enough today, I think. But My quick take on it is I'm definitely buying it because I buy every Bethesda game. I've got Fallout here. I've got Skyrim. Skyrim, I've doubled, triple dipped on so
You
many
see him looking
platforms.
up to the Lord
Right.
Todd Howard? You see him looking up?
Whatever, man. The game case
Look
is
at
up.
look at him looking
Bite
up.
me. Oh God. Okay, fuck it. I'll take the case out. Jesus. Where is it? Okay, there. See? Fallout 4. Jeez.
There you
There's no
go.
Todd Howard in my room. Anyways.
Xbox
Um
banger.
KSRT says pause. Yeah, I know, dude. I know. These guys, they're getting messy out here. Alright, so personally, I'm buying Starfield. I know I was crapping on it the whole time, but that you guys saying good things about it. I was bringing up Spider-Man and all this. I was like, guys, Starfield is the game for me this year, right?
Yep.
If I only have one game to pick to play for the whole of 2024, not 2023, 2024, I'm taking Starfield. I don't care about no Spider-Man. I don't care about no Final Fantasy. I don't care about no Hogwarts. I don't care about nothing. Starfield all the way. I said it. Anyways, lastly in the chat, Anati says, yeah, I can't get into Ark at all, but I know people that nothing. You see, Anati knows what's up. Ark is mid. Welcome, Dragon RUB. Rage 2 is slept on for sure. All right, next
Rage
topic.
2 is great.
Yeah, okay, it's not great.
I don't like
Settle
Rage
down.
2.
It
I
is.
don't like it.
It's
Great?
The gameplay in
Great.
that game is great.
Great.
Yes.
You said great.
Yes. The story sucks. The gameplay is great.
No, I'm not going to give Rage 2 more oxygen than just saying it's a good game.
Hey.
Um,
Okay.
The next topic,
God bless.
Capcom Spotlight. First off, Cozy, did you watch the Spotlight? Cozy Beluga, did you watch the
Yeah.
Capcom Spotlight?
Yeah.
Live.
No.
Ham, did you watch it live?
She's moving the goalposts around just to laugh at her. Disrespectful.
No. I'm
Well,
trying to make a point.
You know what,
I'm
Loke?
not trying to laugh at her. Ham, listen. The problem is you wouldn't even let me finish with you and Matt. The point I was trying to make
I didn't
is
say anything.
probably no one. No, listen.
What are you talking
Listen.
about?
Before Ham tried to
Don't
make it
share
about
anything.
me laughing at Cozy, the point I'm trying to make is I'm laughing at the Spotlight because Cozy is probably part of the 90% that didn't watch it live because it's Capcom. It's cool, but ain't nobody marking on the calendar, taking time off from work, staying up at all hours of the night for
Yeah, ain't
Capcom.
nobody
No
doing
one
that.
is doing that. Exactly.
I knew they were
So,
only gonna have one thing I cared about, so.
what was that Spirit Detective thing?
It's Ghost Trick.
What was that? Are you okay?
Phantom Detective.
All right, settle
That
down,
was
Cozy.
insane.
Matt,
No,
did you watch the
because he just
Spotlight?
said it was
Transform?
on purpose. That's what he does.
That was fun. That wasn't insane. That was fun.
Cozy evolved.
Matt, someone, quick, capture her. Quick,
Is it
throw the
Pokemon?
ball. Throw the
You're
ball.
too low level to
It's a cozy-
capture me.
It's a cozy bond.
I
That's
wouldn't.
what it is.
I don't. Yeah. Never mind.
All
I was
right,
gonna say I don't
Matt,
respect
did you
enough
watch
for
the
your-
Spotlight live? Because Ham didn't clearly.
No, I did not watch it live. I
There
didn't
we
watch
go.
it, period.
That is 4 for 4. No one on this panel watched it live. In the world of 2023, guys, if people don't watch something live that is freely available live, not pay-per-view, it's freely available live. There's 4 gaming enthusiasts on this panel. Not one of us was like, yo, I need to watch this live. Not one. Let's get into it.
Jeez.
So,
Flo really hates Capcom.
no, I'm not hating. I'm trying to put there's levels to this. That's what I'm saying. There's levels.
He's really
There's levels.
rubbing it in.
What this is a Tekken fan projecting right now.
Settle down.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. That's great.
Why you always
This is a
exposing
Tekken
me
fan
like this?
projecting
What's
right
wrong
now.
with you?
This is what that
thought
looks
we were
like.
friends, Ham, friends don't expose friends, okay? Call Classic K says she watched it live. Stop the cap, Cassie. We all know you fell asleep as soon as it showed Street Fighter. Anyway, let's get into
We
it.
love you, Kaz.
We do. Yeah, get them likes up. Get them likes up. Subscribe, share, shit post, etc.,
Wow,
etc.
wow. You can't insult people and then be like, subscribe though.
We're not really
Loke is
insulting. We
different.
homies.
Loke is
He like,
different.
girl, what's wrong with you?
Hope just
Come
did
on.
it.
I'm always ripping on him, and Matt's always ripping on me. But you know what? Let's keep it moving.
I don't think Matt ever
I'm
did
just gonna
anything to
run
you,
through.
but okay.
Yeah, I
I'm
never
gonna
did
Yeah.
anything to you, bud.
I'm gonna run through the games, and then you guys can stop me if anything interests you. Let's get ready for the Snowfest. First off, we had Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. What is up with Japanese game like developers and long ass titles? Make something simple. Anyway, Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection.
Is it coming to Xbox?
No, this one specifically is coming to Nintendo, Steam, and PS4.
So
I-
everything but
Yeah, I don't care about
Xbox, right? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Okay, so that was a long answer for just saying no.
Is that all you took from it when you saw this? You were like, "Yo, so why is it not on the Xbox? For real?" Is that what you took from it?
It just, I'm just a little curious. Just thought I'd just put that out there. But I mean, either
Would you
way,
play
even
it
if it
if it
was
was on
coming,
Xbox?
even if it was coming to Xbox, I wasn't going to play it. So it's fine.
That's what I was going to ask. If it was
hey,
coming to Game
I know
Pass,
no, I still wouldn't play it because I'm not a Mega Man fan. I own a Mega Man game and I've yet to touch it, and I didn't buy it. I was gifted it. Mad Drex gave it to me. He was just like, here's this game. The other game that was in the case with it is what I really wanted. Sega GT. I said Sega GT and Jet Set Radio was in there as well. And he's like, you can have both of those games. I was like, it's crazy that the game that's in the case I don't want, but the game that has no case, I really want to play this.
Pretty much.
Not a Mega Man.
St. John from Des Moines says, hate to have been so quiet. I've been at work and multitasking. Also have to bounce before I go. My speculation on biggest game of the year by sales and play is either StarField or Legend of Zelda. Okay. He's half right.
I like him.
He's half right.
Des Moines knows what's popping.
And Nate says, I don't like Mega Man, but Mega Man Battle Network is different. All right, Cozy. Okay, so let's get into the weeds of it. Cozy, Mega Man Battle BNLC. Fuck it, I'm not saying the whole thing.
I know.
What are your thoughts?
I know what Mega Man Battle Network is. So I don't like Mega Man. I also don't like Mega Man Battle Network. I had a friend who loves it. In fact, his gamer tag follows with how much he loves it. So one time I tried it and I was like, nope, it's not for me.
Okay. So Cozy's in my camp. Ham also doesn't care. Matt.
Yeah.
Matt, Mega Man BNLC. Is it still relevant? Are you interested
right now?
Are you heartbroken it's not coming to your beloved Xbox?
No. I'm watching the gameplay right now, and this looks this looks like a mobile game. This looks like something I play. I got a Game Boy Color, and I'm playing this or something. This looks not good.
Yeah, and I would have said that, it's because it looks so dated that I don't like it, but I couldn't stop playing Vampire Survivors a couple of weeks or months ago.
Yeah,
so it's not just about looks. It's not just about looks. The gameplay also looks very how do I say it? It looks mid.
Exactly.
Caltastic says, actually, you know what? Mid would be a compliment. It looks terrible. I would want to get paid to play Mega Man. Like, if I was bored at the bank, right, and I knew that I got 2 hours to go
I could definitely play
I'm attended to, and I had a Switch,
I was
right?
just about to.
I would rather, right, just turn off my Switch, put it in my bag, and stare at the person in front of me's
That's
shoes
disrespectful.
for 2 hours. That's what
God.
I would rather do.
I was gonna
That's what
ask.
I would rather do
What if
than play Mega
Capcom sent
Man
you guys
Battle
a code?
Network.
I didn't see that
What?
turn.
Capcom
I didn't
sent
see
you
that
guys a
turn
code.
coming. That was
Dude,
disrespectful.
again, Matt, again, I shall repeat myself. If I'm not
I'm-
getting paid, right?
Yeah, you're
If I'm
getting
not
paid
getting
though. You're getting paid. You're getting paid.
if I'm getting paid, I'll
How
play it.
much? How much?
Like $10 an hour.
That's fair. I'd probably
Yeah.
play it too.
I'm not
probably
like a price gouge. I'm pretty fair. All I'm saying is I'm not playing it for nothing. Stagmore
Yeah.
says wild take, those games are goated, y'all tripping. Hey man, you're
Hey,
allowed
God
to have
bless
your
and enjoy
opinion.
it. Enjoy
Yes, have fun. Cult Classic Cage says GBA has some of the greatest games of all time. It was a SNES on steroids in the early 2000s. And this is what stresses me out about discussion of old games.
Mhm.
Just because something was great in its time, Ham, tell me if I'm crazy. Just because something was great in its time, it doesn't mean it shouldn't be criticized with today's standards. That's why, for me, I love Metal Gear Solid so much. That game is old as hell, but it still stands till today. You could play. There's games released this year, Ham, that Matt and Cozy, you guys know I'm talking the truth. There's games released this year that cannot touch Metal Gear Solid 3. They can't even see MGS3. So, and when I evaluate
Do I
those
know
games, I
that?
don't evaluate them on how great they were back then. I evaluate them on, are they worth playing right now? The same way people look at Schindler's List and they don't look at it and be like, oh, it was great for its time. No, that story will still tear you to pieces today. Titanic will still destroy you now. All
What are we
right?
talking about?
Great games,
Titanic.
We can't just look at, oh, in 1993 it was great. Today it's mid, and we can't say it's mid. No, dude, it's mid. Am I crazy, guys?
That's why I bring up
coming from.
007. The game is trash. People are like, oh, it was
Today,
good
yes.
when you played it
Today
back then,
it's
but no.
Nostalgia's a beast, and there's
Yeah.
few games where I grew up. I tried it with Red Faction 2. I love Red Faction 1 and 2 on the PS2 were fantastic.
Red
I downloaded them on Xbox. Downloaded on Xbox. I tried to play some of that campaign, and my God, it's bad. It's not the way I remember it. It made me a
The
little
only
upset,
one I think
honestly.
that really held up was Gorilla. That one holds up.
Gorilla.
Even before they remastered it, it held
See-
up. The problem with it is
see,
it was really buggy.
Yeah, I need to play those. I own them. I haven't played any of the third-person Red Factions yet. I own them though. Need to play them.
Gorilla actually held up because I went back and played it after not playing it for like ages. I was like, oh, let me see how this game, and I was like, oh, this game is still fun. But then they remastered. Hopefully they fixed it because I got to a point where I couldn't finish a mission. So I was like, okay, get done playing, I guess.
Stagmore says he was with me until I brought up Titanic. Fair enough.
Titanic is
Keosante,
trash.
it's cool. Keosante says,
small.
but to be fair, games have the added gameplay component while movies are just passive mediums. So sometimes modernization is needed to keep those original ideas fresh. That's why I gave you the example of MGS 3. Because there are games that till today a kicking the asses of games that were released last week. So there's games that stand up till today. For me, Mega Man it doesn't stand up. That's just me.
I'm gonna read this comment from Nate real quick because I really like what he said just now. He says a lot of games still stand the test of time. However, we gotta be honest. If you weren't there, or it's not going to. He's just saying if you weren't there, it's not going to hit the same. And yes, 007 GoldenEye was bound to be bad. People set themselves up. I feel like 90% of what he just said was a fact. Absolutely. The only part I disagree a little bit on was the 007 thing, just because I think that them or like whoever owns that IP or whoever was, down to develop for it and like greenlit it, I think they just didn't do enough. And I'm not saying like graphically it needed much more work. It just needed like to be a game of today. And what they did was remaster yesterday's game, but it's still yesterday's game. They didn't bring it to today where all those folks that played that game back on the N64 in the, early 2000s, late 90s, all those folks have homes now, have their own houses, have their own internet, have their own consoles. No one's sitting on the couch. I'm not sitting next to the same cousin I played this game with on the couch and playing this game. We don't live in the same state anymore. This game, I felt like was just disrespected, in my opinion. Because if you really wanted a player base, you would have made it accessible to many people to play together instead of, you can do that on the Switch, but you have to use the Switch version to do it. And by the way, you have to map your own controls on the Switch. Oh, you want to play it on Xbox? Well, you can only play with the folks on the couch with you, really. That's it. Enjoy your N60 Series X. Like, it's insane.
Right. Cozy, Matt, you gonna add something?
I think, the Switch just says like that because the Switch, the way, I think, isn't it just the way the Switch works? With the way Nintendo works, their emulation. Because even games that, like, even their, like a lot of their NES games and stuff like that they have, like, multiplayer online.
That seems to be a common thing.
I think it's just that's just how that it works on their system.
All right. Well, I have some pushback for Nate's point about you had to have been there, otherwise it wouldn't hit the same. Maybe my problem is that I'm able to detach myself from the media that I consume, and the big disappointment recently for me was playing Tekken 2.
Why?
I recently played Tekken 2, and it's unplayable in my opinion. You can't play it. Everyone knows that I'm a diehard Tekken guy, but Tekken 2 is unplayable. Tekken 3 forward still holds up. The hitboxes on Tekken 3 are just perfection. And Tekken 2 is terrible, in my opinion. I don't think we can just say, if you weren't there, then the game is not good. It's not going to be good when you play it. I don't think that's the right way to look at it. I think that good or great games will stand the test of time, regardless of whether you were there or not when it popped off. I didn't play KOTOR when it launched on Xbox. I finally got an original Xbox like 4 or 5 years later, and KOTOR was just mind-blowing for me. I'm sure the graphics were still kind of solid 5 or 6 years later compared to now, but if you're not there, it doesn't mean that you can't tell that this thing was special when it launched. But if it's mid today, it's mid today. We're not talking about what was this thing in 2005. We're talking about what is it today. That's what I'm talking about. I never thought we were going to spend so much time talking about Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. Jesus. Talk about an underdog story, literally. Keasante says OG KOTOR still holds up. No. The story does. The story is amazing. The gameplay? Guys, come on. Ham, Cozy, Matt, come on.
I'm gonna chime in real
OG
quick
KOTOR.
on this. So Keasante says OG KOTOR still holds up. I mean, maybe for him it does. But what I'm not gonna say is he's lying completely. And this kind of ties back into what Innate said about like had to be there a little bit. I think when all of us on the panel that have been playing games for a long time have seen, console generation after console generation happen and whatnot, we can kind of set ourselves up to feel like, you know what? I'm prepared to see this at 720p. I'm prepared to see this at 480 or something like that. I'm prepared to play this game like this compared to me getting my daughter, let's say 5 years from now when my daughter's 10 years old, and having her sit down and play Devil May Cry 1 or 2. Matt's cringing. If I have her play that,
A poor child.
I'm going to say that, this game holds up fine. My daughter's going to say, why the hell am I playing this game? And Matt would say, stop abusing your daughter.
Exactly.
Yes, I would concur with Matt.
That's no good.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say, essentially, what I'm essentially trying to say is we're all going to have our own kind of opinion on whether something holds up or not.
That's why we're here, right?
It's really, This is all just really opinion based. I mean, Pong still holds up.
Yeah. Dude, Tetris.
Yeah, Tetris. You can't. Come on. All right.
You cannot touch Tetris. Anyway, before we go down any further on this in this rabbit hole, seriously, we might end up having to talk about Mario 64 here. Let's move on. The next game that was shown at the Capcom Spotlight was Street Fighter 6. So the question is, does this game look more mid the more they show it off? Cozy, you go first.
Wait, what game?
Exactly. Street Fighter 6.
You ruined it.
What?
That was like my you were supposed to say the game's name again, and I'm supposed to be like, exactly.
All right, take two, people. Take two.
Okay.
Go ahead, Cozy.
What game again?
Street Fighter 6.
I forgot we were still on Capcom. Shit.
Exactly.
How's this going to take longer than StarField?
No, if the people that like Street Fighter, I'm not a Street Fighter fan, but if the people that like Street Fighter are
that's what Loke calls it, Street Fighter.
Oh, Street Fighter, Ham coming in with the puns. I'm taking this one, bro. I'm biting this one. Damn.
It's one of those things where if the people who are fans of the franchise like it, then it's doing well for itself. I'm not a Street Fighter fan though, so I'm like, whatever.
It's not doing well. Street Fighter 5 was one of the poorest selling Street Fighters ever.
Exclusive.
Deserved.
All right, Cozy don't care. Ham Solo, Street Fighter 6. Does this game look more mid the more we see it?
No, I haven't been a fan of Street Fighter since like Sega Genesis, SNES days. So I am the worst person to ask about this. I have zero interest in it, and I won't be playing it unless I get gifted.
I have to stop you there. Ham. Isn't that like a measure of what a game looks like or what it is like purporting to sell to you? Because, for example, let's go with the gold standard, Elden Ring. How many people were like, yo, I don't touch Souls games, but they saw Elden Ring and they were like, I'm gonna need me some of that.
That's a fantastic point, what I mean? Loke. That's a fantastic point. Street Fighter ain't that.
No,
there's a lot of people that don't like racing games, but when they saw Forza Horizon, they were like,
I might have to buy a
Let
wheel.
me hop let me hop on down the border and go to Mexico. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, Matt, Street Fighter
Yeah.
6. Does this game
I-
look more mid the more they show it off?
I don't care about Street Fighter. Yes, it does. It looks mid.
It looks mid.
I don't know if it
Alright,
looks
so
more mid than the last time we saw it, but it does look mid.
okay,
It
so
just
before
doesn't
we
look
move
like
on to
something
the
I want
next
to
one,
play. I mean,
Same.
I
But them-
like
hey,
I feel
dude.
mean trying to disrespect it because I don't want to disrespect
Yeah.
something I know like I just don't care about. It's like I don't know. It's like talking trash to somebody I don't know and they can't hear it. Like why am I wasting my time talking about this?
Let me tell you why. First off, everybody in the chat is here to hear your opinion. Second, it's Street Fighter. Shit on them all you want. Let's go to the chat real quick. Innate says Street Fighter 6 is the only fighting game I plan to pick up this year. Innate, what is wrong with you? Tekken 8 is coming out this year. Literally, what is wrong with you?
They're
You
different
want some
games.
Street Fighter?
Yes, Street Fighter. Cult Classic K says if Street Fighter 5 was an exclusive, the entire franchise and maybe even Capcom itself would have died, to be fair. Even though I think exclusives are irrelevant, I'd rather a game be exclusive than not exist at all. Damn, they hurting for that cash?
No, they were. They were for quite a while actually. Capcom was in pretty dire straits. It was like a known thing. Actually, one of the things
It is
that
known.
propped them up for a while was actually Monster Hunter.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's
What about
still
Resident
doing
Evil? I
it.
thought Resident Evil was
No,
the best.
not even Resident Evil for a while. It was like Monster Hunter. Like basically the Monster Hunters consistently were doing very well.
Mm. Okay.
Resident Evil was floundering for quite a while. I think was it Revelations that was kind of like finally where they got something good.
Yeah, Revelations was good.
And it
very
started
good.
out as a 3DS game.
Oh god. Mr. Jonah Dark says Street
It
Fighter
was
6.
initially a 3DS game.
We get it, Cozy. You like Nintendo. Mr. Jonah Dark says Street Fighter 6 looks cool, but I'm all about Smash Bros. Personally. You know, speaking of smashing, Cozy, this is the section of the podcast.
Yeah, well, that
Jeez.
you know.
This is the part of the podcast.
Hold
on,
no.
Cozy. Let me finish my statement.
relax.
Don't crucify me before I even get to the altar. This is the
Okay,
part of the
cancel, though.
podcast where me, Ham, and Matt discuss the smashability of the
What?
characters
What?
that are being showcased on Street Fighter
Oh, my
6.
favorite thing.
Clearly, because this guys, Ham, Matt, let's be honest, the developers are purposefully angling these camera angles and even the movement of the characters to get a reaction. Am I the only one seeing this?
These are some horny developers.
Thank you. Jesus. Someone needs to talk to these guys. It is a
Right.
bit much. I love me some Chun-Li. But them thighs. Like, I was thinking I should probably buy Street Fighter 6.
He's giving them Dead or Alive vibes. Like, let's go.
No, the Jago physics. I'm just like, what? And then there's the British chick where before the fight starts, she does the stretchy thing where she pokes her butt out. And then there's a specific character. There's a specific character in the background that looks like he's like focusing in, like, let me see this properly.
I mean, probably is, honestly.
Ham. So my question is, Ham,
He said, "Can I get a witness?"
Are you uncomfortable with the sexualization, the overt sexualization? Because everything is sexualized. Let's be honest. The overt sexualization of the female characters in Street Fighter. Are you uncomfortable? Are you okay with it? What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna sound biased when I say this, but no,
Okay.
I'm not offended.
You're okay with this?
But I'm telling you, if there was a dude that put his fist on his on his waist and just started like pushed out his waist, and there was a bulge right there, I'd be like, all right, this game got to go back to the stove.
Oh, speaking of that, did you guys see the there's like a new operator?
Like I said, I got to be biased.
There's like a new operator in Call of Duty who has like a very obvious bulge. I don't know if that's on purpose, but
I didn't see a picture. I just saw a couple of people commenting. I was like, "What's this?"
It's pretty fucking wild. Like I'm just like, how the hell did that? I don't know how someone really focused on that bulge. It's someone was working on that.
They put hours in on the bulge.
They put in work.
Oh my god, they put in work. Okay, settle down, Matt. Are you okay with the overt sexualization of the females in Street Fighter 6?
Games like this, honestly, I might be wrong to say, but I don't care. They know exactly what they're doing. They're doing it on purpose, and they're doing it because it sells. So
the chick that's always barefoot and kind of sticking her feet in the screen. I'm just like, bro, what's happening?
just helping children develop foot fetishes. I mean, since how long has Street Fighter been out? Since forever.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just happy we all agree that it's probably getting out of hand. Now, all the biased males that have no right talking about women have spoken. Cozy Beluga, are you okay with the overt sexualization of women in Street Fighter 6?
Sexualization of women in Street Fighter 6. Like they're like what you call it doesn't exist. Dead or Alive.
Yes, Sir X-Man actually brought it up. He says Dead or Alive still has the best character designs.
I mean,
yeah, it has the best jiggle physics.
I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I think, it is a thing. I always think it's like weird. I mean, I get that some people might be bothered by it, but it's always when people choose to be outraged by it. That's always kind of weird. Like, okay, this has been a thing. And it's like, are the people that want it taken out even the ones playing the game? It's
not really about outrage. It's not really about outrage. It's just everything, like I said at the beginning, everything is kind of sexualized. But this is just like, like it's there. It's almost attacking you. You know what I mean?
I want Chun-Li volleyball. Let's go.
It's what?
I said I want some Chun-Li volleyball. Let's go.
Okay. And on that note, let's all right, let's keep it moving. Yago Kuken come in here with the blasphemy. Says I felt that way about Tekken. I used to love them, but I can't stand 3D fighters anymore. Yago Kuken cannot stand Evolution. The next game after Mid Fighter 6 is actually it wasn't a game, it was an announcement. You guys probably skipped over this, but I'm not gonna let you guys off easy. Capcom Town, a digital theme park that celebrates 40 years of Capcom. Cozy, are you looking forward? What?
No, I said I've seen that.
All right, Cozy, are you looking forward to visiting Capcom Town?
It could be interesting. I'm not like, this sounds so exciting.
Right. Matt, Capcom Town. Are you gonna get your tickets?
And this is a real place?
No.
Okay.
It's digital, dude. Come on.
It's a game.
Come on.
I don't. God, it's good for them.
Right. Ham, Capcom Town.
I actually think it's cool. I've always thought the old like Namco and stuff like that museums that they used to do back in the day. I always thought that stuff was pretty cool. I like things that pay homage. I obviously love me some nostalgia. So this game or this game right here or whatever is pretty much like just nostalgia, and I like that.
Yeah. I'm with you, Ham. I'm with you. I'm looking forward to this because this is how I think I would prefer to consume old media that's not good anymore. Like I would rather watch the documentary for GoldenEye and how it touched people and what it was when it launched than to play like 15 minutes of it. You know. So
I feel that.
this for me it's a very nice touch. It's not exactly game preservation, but it's very nice. All right. Next we had okay. Mr. Joanna Dark says I would love for Sega to bring back Eternal Champions. All right. Since we're talking about fighting games, fuck it. The fighting game that you guys want to come back. Cozy, which one is the fighting game that you want to come back? If you don't have one, you can just skip.
Skip.
Ham.
Fighting game that I'd like to see come back. Probably Power Stone.
Oh no!
Sorry?
Never mind. Skip.
See, skip
okay.
twice?
Ham,
How
go
you
ahead.
do that?
You know what? Shut up.
Dude.
But anyways,
Don't
I
ask
said
her.
Power
She will
Stone.
tell you.
Power Stone is what I
Power
said.
Oh
Stone.
yeah, Power Stone is fun.
Ooh.
Was fun.
Okay, that was good. That was good. On what platform? Pray tell.
Well, I'd just like to see it come out for all the platforms so everybody could like play online together and stuff like
Ooh.
that. Like that's
Ham
the one thing I
doesn't like
see.
exclusive.
We'll see. For fighters, I think there should never be exclusivity to fighter games. To be honest.
Well, someone is send that memo to PlayStation. Okay. Mr.
Power
Jonathan,
Stone's a good choice.
Can I say Evil Zone?
Oh, look at you.
Evil Zone from the original PlayStation. I would like to have Evil Zone back. That's, to me, the best fighter of all time. Me personally.
Damn. Okay.
I also
Go
really
Virtua
like.
Fighter.
I also really like Soul Calibur as well. Soul Calibur with Valdo and whatnot was
We
pretty
just
dope.
got
Soul
we just got a Soul
Calibur
Calibur.
isn't gone though.
We just
I
got
know.
one like 2 years
I'm not saying it's gone, but I'm just going back in my nostalgia feels. Like Matt said, PlayStation, and I was thinking, oh wait, I wasn't thinking of Soul Calibur. I was thinking, even though it's like the same, is Soul Blade, is what I was thinking of.
Ooh,
remember Soul
that was
Blade?
good.
That game was something.
Yes. There you go. That's a good one. That's a good one. But Iago
This thing
Kukin
probably
took my
says-
choice. He took my choice.
What?
Guys, Bloody Raw. Talk about originality. There's no fighter that looks or plays like Bloody Raw till today. If they just take the exact same mechanics and put on today's graphics, done. Day one for me. I'm getting the ultimate, most simp worthy version of it. I don't care. That's a game. Bloody Raw. All right. Okay. Mr. Jonah Duck says, do you guys remember Weapon Lord? Did anyone play Weapon Lord?
I don't think so. I have to look it up real quick.
I
did
didn't.
not.
I didn't. Sir X-Man says he has a copy of Soul Blade. So there you go, Han Solo. There you go. The next
Ooh,
game
let's
on
go.
the list. The next game on the list was Exo Primal. We saw some gameplay. Matt, what are your thoughts on the gameplay of Exo Primal, which is also coming day one to Game Pass? Go.
I'll say the fact that it's coming to Game Pass makes me like I'll try it out. I was not very like, I gotta be honest, it's not super on my radar. It looks interesting enough. So yeah, I'll try it out. It looks pretty decent. Could be a fun time. It's co-op, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, for sure. I'll try it out.
All right. Ham.
Wait,
Exo
which
Primal gameplay. What are your thoughts?
Exo Primal?
Exo Primal.
I remember when this game got announced, I believe, at the Game Awards, I want to say. And I was actually pretty excited for it. On the good side, it looks very refreshing. Looks like a lot of action. And I like the idea of being able to teammate with friends or team up with friends and whatnot. The downside of it is it makes me nervous due to the reminder that it gives me of Second Extinction. That makes me nervous about that game. Yeah. But the difference is this game is going to come out finished. Second Extinction didn't finish until not that long ago. Came out in game preview, and it was very, very mid. I was excited to get in the Second Extinction, and it ended up not being that game for me. But I mean, if you remember, so this game kind of takes me back a little bit to like Lost Planet. If you remember that game.
But with mechs.
Yeah. I was really hyped for Lost Planet. I was very hyped for it.
It kind of gives me that. Okay, but Lost Planet, the button configuration of Lost Planet was ass. It was terrible. I'm hoping that it's something like Lost Planet again, but they get the buttons right.
All right.
You know what this reminds me of real quick is reminds me of like a Japanese developed Anthem, just like from the thing they showed me.
You and Yago Kuken are trying to trigger me right now.
I'm just saying, I think
someone sent Yago Kuken to our channel just to try and trigger me. Crapping on 3D fighters, and now talking about Anthem. Everyone knows I've got trauma with Anthem, but this guy is bringing it up.
Listen, I was so hyped for Anthem. I was so hyped for Anthem. Problem with Anthem is like it was such a fun game with absolutely nothing to do, but it was fun.
And the marketing, sold. So you know what? Let's not get into it. We're talking about
Xbox needs to hire that marketing team because they marketed the hell out of it. It was looking
about Exoprimal. Guys, focus. Exoprimal, please.
Let's talk about Anthem.
Please.
Yeah, let's talk about Anthem.
We're not doing this.
Did you hear that they're doing a reboot of Anthem? They're rebooting it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Cozy.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Exoprimal. What are your thoughts?
I'll try it. It's on Game Pass, so I'll try it.
All right. And on that note, moving on to the next game. Ghost Trick. Cozy, again. I'm sure you're the only one on the panel that is psyched for this one.
We might have to let her go last so she can pee real quick. She looks a little too excited.
All right, go.
So,
it's the Cozy show.
Ghost Trick. It's not gonna be like probably like you guys' cup of tea. It's a really great, really inventive puzzle game where you're kind of just like solving the mystery of like your own murder, and it's just like fantastic. It's like just like the characters, you know, the things that are happening. It's got a cute little dog named Missile in it, and it's like everything about it is just fantastic. Yeah, I actually have a sticker of the dog. The dog that I modeled after died like a few years ago.
It's not great.
But yeah, it's a fantastic dog.
It's random.
It's a fantastic game. Sorry.
That's a random fact you just threw in there.
That's a fact.
I got a sticker of a dead dog.
Because there was because the dog was designed, the guy who made the game, it was designed after his dog. He designed, you know, the dog in the game.
What's the dog called, Cozy? I bet you know the name of the dog.
Missile.
What?
Missile is the name of the dog.
He named his dog Missile.
I don't know if his dog's name
is in Missile?
Yes.
That's great. That's great. That's a great dog.
Yeah, okay. But it's a fun game. It absolutely is one of the most fun games ever. It was initially a DS game. But I'm really happy to see it on more platforms because I know there was a mobile version, but the mobile version was kind of trash. So I never got it because people were like, don't buy this mobile version. So I'm happy to see it on more platforms. And I will be, it's actually one of those games like, I'm getting that. It's not a super long game, but the puzzles in it are fun, creative, and you really have to think about them. Yeah.
Ham, thoughts on Ghost Trick?
Don't care.
Matt, thoughts on Ghost Trick?
Agree with Ham.
Okay. For me personally, I would rather play Ghost Trick than Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection.
I agree with that. I'm watching it right now. I definitely agree with that.
Yep. At least this one will stimulate my mind. Let's go to the chat. Mr. Janet Dark says it should have stayed on DS. LOL. Damn.
No, the
Damn.
game, the game is fantastic. I'm not even kidding. It has like a great story. It's like a great
Damn.
murder mystery.
Nate is laughing.
And it's also a very solid puzzle game. With
Damn,
the
like
mechanics
Cozy,
in it aren't
you're
that
the
complicated.
only one
but-
taking this seriously at this point. But okay.
Because it's such a great game.
Dang, that's the first disrespectful thing I seen Mr. Joanna Dark say. God damn, he came out of
It's
the
such
woodwork
a-
with that.
He's usually so positive.
It's such a risk. It's such a. I mean,
Yo.
I wonder how.
Yago Kukin said I'd rather watch paint dry than play Ghost
you
Trick.
guys-
Oh,
They're just
man.
So-
wrong this game.
Holy
On that
shit!
point,
I'm sitting on a gold mine. This game is worth a lot.
Dang, Cozy's
On
an
this-
army of one out here.
Okay, fine. The game. I
was
just
just
like to
about to
point
go
out
John
that
Wick
I
here
own
in
a
a
physical
second.
copy of this game, and looking at these
you
prices,
what?
I own a physical copy of this game.
Oh, Cozy, you are now you're obligated to show us this copy. This copy. We need to see.
What does a
this-
physical
this-
copy of
I
Ghost Trick
don't-
look like?
I don't have I don't have it on hand because I put all my DS games someplace secure in case my place gets
Oh,
robbed or
okay.
something.
Okay.
But I
Plus,
didn't
we all
realize
know
it was
DS
worth so much.
games are
I
going
got
to
it.
be
You know, I
worth
got it
like
for, like-
thousands of dollars.
Someone sent
Never,
it to me.
you know,
Someone
but
like
okay.
handed it to me. No, someone just gave it to me because they were like, I think you'll like this game. And then I was like, I love this game.
They're
And they're like,
changed
yeah.
their life.
They're like, get it
was like
out of my house.
No, the thing
Oh,
is,
man.
it was like no. I mean, if you look at the game, it
And
has
she's a
like
fan.
really good reviews. It has really good reviews, but it was also like a $10 game at the time. It was like one of those games that I guess blew up in price a lot. But yeah, it has really
Mr.
great
Jonah
reviews.
Duck
I'm not picking
says
it up.
he'd rather half paint than play Ghost Trick.
Oh my god!
Okay,
I don't know
okay,
what's gotten
I'm
into
done.
Mr. Joanna Dark, but
We are- dude, he's going
He's gone bad.
Dark. He's gone dark.
You guys
That's what
are
he's done.
disgusting. You guys
Man,
don't
Damn.
understand.
All right, Cozy. You are the connoisseur of like JRPG weeb games, so we will trust your evaluation on this one. Next,
It's not a JRPG. It's a puzzle game.
we had Resident Evil Death Island. It's a movie. Cozy, will you be watching this?
I'm gonna say no, but I probably will end up watching it.
All right. Ham, will you be watching Death Island?
Ham's not here.
Okay. Matt, will you be watching Death Island?
No.
Okay. So the follow-up question here is, this is now based off of my view of Resident Evil as a franchise. I've bought a lot of their games, but for some reason, I can't finish them. I lose like all inspiration, or I just get bored, and then I just leave them. Like I got the Revelation games, I enjoyed them, and then somewhere along the way, I was just like, nah, whatever, and then I moved on in my life.
I'm
And
in the same
I-
boat.
Yeah, and I've come to the realization that I prefer to watch or read Resident Evil related stuff than play the games. So my
Okay.
question to you guys is, what video game universe do you prefer to watch or read than play?
Oh, that's well, it's definitely not Halo. I'll tell you that. Nobody's watching that shit.
Castlevania.
Hey,
What?
Master Cheeks.
Hey, honestly, all joking aside, I thought the show was, it was fine. It was good. It just,
I had a good time.
wasn't the greatest.
I just skipped the parts when Halsey's daughter was on, and when
The kids.
Must it-
Everyone hates
the-
kids. They shouldn't be there.
yeah, the little kid. Like, this is not Joel and Ellie, okay? This is just Master
Yeah.
Chief, all right? All right, focus. Paramount,
Yeah.
focus. Anyway,
Uh,
go ahead, Matt.
It's a tough question. I mean, it's crazy. I'm gonna say.
Oh my God.
Last of,
Stop,
I'm,
stop, stop,
I'm
Matt.
gonna
Sorry,
say Last
sorry.
of Us.
Sorry, it just got
What's that?
toxic in the chat. Mr. Jonathan Duck said, all
Just
PlayStation
got
games
toxic.
I watch. He says he watches PlayStation games. Dude, that is not necessary. All right,
Some of
that is
them.
not necessary.
Well,
The
to
Last of Us
Joanna
worth
Dark.
playing.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say Last
disagree.
of Us, but I loved playing Last of Us, but like there was a point in time where I'd watch people play like on YouTube. I'd watch like playthroughs and stuff. It's incredibly interesting watching people play Last of Us. As great as it is to play for me personally, I know you don't like it, Luke, but for me personally, as great as it is to play, it's incredibly
First one.
interesting to watch people play.
I enjoyed the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, first one's
okay.
great. First one's
Yeah.
great. Phenomenal. Second one too, but that will keep it moving, Luke.
All right, Cozy, what's the universe you prefer to watch than play?
Castlevania.
Ooh, that's a good
Sorry.
pick.
Sorry.
Castlevania. I'm not going to disagree with you. Most of Castlevania is 2D anyway. I mean, that shit should have
It's not
died
that
off
it's
in
2D.
what,
I just
98.
didn't particularly think the game that I've played in Castlevania that I tried to play were fun.
All right, Mr. Janet Duck says he can play RE forever. Okay, enjoy yourself. Okay, the last one is Matt back? Oh, Ham's back. Hamathy,
Matt's never
what's
left.
Ham, what's the video game universe that you'd rather watch or read books on than play them?
Watch or read books on instead of play.
Ham doesn't watch TV or
Probably
read books.
Illiterate.
Probably what's it called? The game.
See?
Like I've tried to play it a few different times and I just couldn't get into it. Shiv absolutely loves this game. What's the game called that I'm thinking of, Matt?
80s?
And no, well, I mean, there's that too. But I'd say no, it's that like realistic looking game on it's only on
You've narrowed it down.
PlayStation. The same person that developed like Heavy Rain.
Oh, Detroit,
Stay Human. Thank you. Or Detroit Become Human.
Detroit Become Human. Oh my God! Are you serious right now?
I mean, you are watching it basically when you're playing.
Yeah.
Why are you so upset? What's wrong with you, bud?
This is too much. This is too much blasphemy. Detroit Become Human. At the same time, Kesante is talking about the new God of War. What is wrong with you guys?
I'm just saying, Detroit Become Human to me, like the decisions are fun, but it very much feels like a Netflix or DVD game.
Yeah, that's not even a controversial take.
That's a proper game. It's not a Netflix game.
It feels very like it feels like if Netflix finally came out with a AAA game, that's what it'd look like.
And that's fine.
Like you grab your remote, you hit select certain answers, and all you really need is like a D-pad to go up and look around. And I mean, you walk around the house. This dad is bad. Like
oh my God.
Like I don't need a whole lot of controls to do that. I definitely don't need a DualSense controller to do that.
Oh man,
you need a DualSense controller for anything.
All right. But okay, let's talk about God of War. Let's talk about God of War. No, I'm not letting Kia Sunday just skate with that one. You guys agree with this? Talking about the new God of War is essentially just whatever. Do you guys agree with this take? Come on.
Oh,
the new God of War has fantastic gameplay. It is.
Yeah, the gameplay was fantastic.
It is a little repetitive.
The story got very samey.
But
go
ahead, Matt. I'm sorry.
Keep on. I was gonna say gameplay is great, like Ham said. The ending of the game, the story is phenomenal. But up until that point, it's kind of feels a lot like a filler. Just me though.
Mr. Janet Duck says that's for talking about Castlevania. Fine, whatever, man. Whatever.
I tell you what, though. I tell you what. My part on that, on the whole God of War thing is, I thought the game was fantastic. They There is some spots in the game where it feels like, yo, you're making this take longer than it needs to. Here's one great example of that. The first few times I walked through the gate, to go into the realm.
I haven't played. I haven't played God of War right
now.
Well,
you still walk into that same one. Yeah, it's in the first one. The same realm where you're going from like world to world,
saying DLC?
Time out. Loke's trying. Loke, stay on topic. The first time you walk into that area on God of War, or not the first, the first few times you walk into that area, and it's just like a long passage, that area. They're talking, and I'm just running. I'm gunning it, running and running and running. And then they stop talking and something pops up and I go through it. After doing that for a few times, I then realized, I'm running to nothing. This place doesn't even need to really exist. What I'm doing is going into a realm, going into a purgatory, standing there, finishing the conversation, walk 12 steps and the gate opens, the same gate that I walked a mile or ran a mile to while they were having a conversation. Little things like that. It's like a purposeful slowdown, but I'm not really understanding what this between part is. Like, I don't understand why I can't be getting onto my boat still having this conversation.
I agree with that. It feels like a load screen. It feels like a hidden load screen. It feels like instead of giving you just a black screen, they're like, hey, walk forward and listen to Mimir or somebody talk to you while you walk forward. And then you'll go on the other side.
Okay, I need to read the chat. It's so much blasphemy. It's so much violence in the chat. I'm not even gonna ask you guys.
The chat's
I'm not gonna ask you guys to respond. I'm not gonna ask you guys to even respond. I'm just gonna read it because this is just wild to me. Wow. Innate says Innate says, I'd rather just not play any of the Souls games. Kea Sante says, Iago Kukin says, same somebody could give me Elden Ring and I'd use it as a coaster.
Oh my God, you're sick.
Iago also said the first half of Ragnarok is DLC. It's a great game, but overstays its welcome. Mr. Joanna Dark says, no disrespect, but the first half of Ragnarok feels like DLC. The final 3 to 5 hours are amazing. With that out of the way, we're going to the last topic for today. The last news topic. Well, it's just a tweet, but it turned into news. Everyone knows who Lulu Chang Mesavi is. She's the Activision.
She's a
spokeswoman.
She's a savage. That's what she is.
Yeah.
She's an unhinged beast out in these gaming streets.
Yeah.
She is one to not be messed with, wanted for $80 billion double dollars. If you know the reference.
You don't want to mess with her. No, sirree. So, her latest tweet that got everyone in an uproar, she said, the CEO of Sony, what does the I stand for? International Entertainment?
Sony Interactive.
Yes, Sony Interactive Entertainment answered that question in Brussels in his words. So again, the CEO is Jim Ryan here. And in his words, then she quotes it and says, I don't want a new Call of Duty deal. I just want to block your merger. Can you spell petty, ladies and gentlemen?
just down
Can you
tremendously.
spell petty? So,
Just
before I get to you guys, let's read the chat real quick. And Nate says she's out here trying to collect the bag. Let's be real, dude. She's collecting skulls. Yago Cookin says Lulu changed her Twitter handle to savage as fuck. Might as well. Matt,
yeah.
what are your thoughts on Lulu continuing to savage
I think
anyone
it's
and everyone?
I think it's great. First of all, this whole thing needs a lot more entertainment, and she's adding a good amount of entertainment. Second of all, I love seeing, not mentioning names, I love seeing it upset certain people that I interact with, certain people that I follow, who are quite upset at her for, oh, Jim Ryan didn't say that. There's no way Jim Ryan said that. And even I was like, dude, if Jim Ryan said that, then that's just really down bad. That's down like catastrophic. That's terrible.
Also,
But
sorry to cut you off, Matt.
yeah,
Sorry to cut you off.
you're
Also,
good.
if there's anyone in the know, right? Because a lot of people post a lot of stuff on Twitter based off of what they read in the so-called tea leaves. If there's anyone that could possibly either be in the room when Jim Ryan said it or have access to the transcripts of what he said, it's Lulu.
Yeah, and
Go ahead,
it's also
finish your point.
Bloomberg did an article, basically, I mean, not quoting Lulu, but like basically backing up exactly what she said. Giving the whole premise being, we don't want a deal for Call of Duty. We just want to block. We want this blocked, or we want you to sell Call of Duty. That's what we want. So it's like, I don't know the exact quote, but if that is the quote, then that's fucking crazy.
I can read
That's
you the
insane.
quote. I have no problem rereading the quote. The quote
Oh
says,
no, I know that quote. I know that quote. I'm just saying, I don't know if that was really said, but if it was, then
"Oh,
that is crazy.
yeah, yeah." Kesante says, "Let's keep it 100. They were in closed door meetings. Doesn't mean no one was there. There are stenographers in the room. There's no way she's lying." Cozy, what are your
Stenographer.
thoughts? We have a joke down here in Mozambique where we don't say pronunciation differs, we say pronunciation differs.
That's fantastic.
Go ahead, Cozy.
Do you guys have stenographers?
Where in Mozambique?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I always thought it'd be something like, Babar just making rulings. Oh. Sorry, you
The
probably like that.
disrespect.
That's Cozy trying to be funny, everyone. Please type LOL in the chat so she feels better about herself. Cozy, go ahead. Tell us what you think about this
Sorry, that
this
was
tweet
rude.
by Lulu.
She's doing her job. She's doing and I
What?
think
Doing her job,
just
Listen,
as
stirring the pot.
no, she's doing her job. Just as Jim Ryan is doing his job. These are two people. This is all them just doing their jobs.
Mm,
I mean,
yeah.
I think the way she lit up that that journalist was a lot more fun. Because that seemed a little extra and excessive. This is her just doing her job.
Okay, so you're good with it. Okay. Hamothy, what are your thoughts on this tweet?
I think it's fantastic. It's nice to have clarity in something that, especially for us as content creators. Let's keep it a buck. This is great. This is fantastic. Keep going.
This keeps the sauce
I mean,
very hot.
I mean, I don't know what, I mean, hey, I have a feeling, I have a sense somewhere that like they're happy probably that she's doing this, because this is one person getting so many people not only riled up but aware of what's kind of going on. behind closed doors.
And that
And we
leads to
don't.
the second half of the question.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
The second half of my question, and you can speak to that when I finish, Ham, is what does this tell you? Because in the age of social media, a lot of people talk about Twitter is not the real world. Guys, that's bullshit. Twitter is the real world. People are making money or losing money based off of what's happening on Twitter. Ham, there's people getting fired for all types of stuff. This lady is intentionally antagonizing Sony by doing what she's doing,
She would have
and
been
she
gone
has
already if
not
it was
lost.
bad.
She has not lost
100%.
her job. What are you taking from the fact that she hasn't lost her job?
What I'm taking
She's doing
yeah, exactly what Cozy just said. She's just doing what she's paid to do, and she's doing it happily because it's really easy to be able to, pick a side and
Post
then be
memes.
able to be yourself. Yeah, I mean, her job is she picked a side, and now she's able to be herself and root for that side, and she is very, very proud of what she's rooting for. And so she is very disgruntled about how certain things are happening, and she is letting everybody know. She is the loud person in school that you don't tell secrets to, but somebody is paying her to get them secrets and spill it. And I mean, I'm happy about it. I hope to see. I mean, to be honest, as you were saying, Lo, I mean, as much as people like to say Twitter isn't a real place or whatever, I mean, sure, it's not. I mean, you can act a fool on there for sure, but it's what reality has turned into. People are wild. People are saying things that are, sometimes life changing. People are, I mean, like you say, stocks are moved around based on tweets. I mean, look at what
People
happened with
canceled.
Amazon and EA.
Yep.
That was tweets. I mean, just it's insane how much media is intertwined in our lives now. That I can just roll over, look at my phone, and be completely disgusted for the rest of the day based off of just something I see real fast. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to like this whole Lulu Chang and do I like it? Do I not like it? Like, honestly, I kind of enjoy it at this point because it's just a constant reminder. It's just a constant reminder that these companies are ran by people, and these people are pretty damn normal. They're just
amen to that.
They just have some really different concepts.
All right, Matt.
Yeah.
Is this relationship recoverable? Because clearly what's happening here is Lulu is going savage on Sony. She's not losing her job. And so the implication is all the execs at Activision are like, yo, man, she's speaking for us and we're good with what she's saying. We agree with what she's saying. Is this relationship recoverable?
Just the relationship between Sony and Activision.
Yes. Because up until now, they're like two peas in a pod, exclusive this, exclusive that. Whether this deal goes through or not, can you see Activision and Sony holding hands and singing Kumbaya?
I feel like if this deal goes through, that can be a reality where Sony and Activision are still buddy. Obviously, it has to be done via Microsoft, but it's like they can still have a relationship. It just depends on how I mean, up to this point, they've tried to make it pretty hard, but it just depends on how much harder they plan on trying to make this acquisition from Microsoft. Because if this goes through and they keep up what they're doing, then that's yeah, you're gonna get Call of Duty. You'll get that 10-year deal, and you'll probably get another one after that. But it's like that whole buddy thing is gone, especially if
A-
it falls through.
Actually, the 10-year deal,
Yeah.
and this is something a lot of people haven't read into. I watched the Destin's interview with Michael Pector, or whatever. He said
Mhm.
something that I went to look into, and it's actually true. So the 10-year deal is centered around the PS5. After
Oh.
that, after that, anything can go down because neither the CMA or any regulatory body can force Microsoft to support a system that's not even out yet, because we don't know what the parameters are. We don't know what the graphics card is going to be like. We don't know how much the system's going to cost. We don't know how much Sony's going to want to charge people, etc., etc. Too many unknowns.
Mhm.
So the 10-year deal or the 15 or 20-year deal is for the PS5. As soon as that's up, then everything's up in the air.
Yeah.
That
I
that's why Sony's like, yo, no deal.
and see, I get why Sony would would be of that mindset. Like, I don't think anyone looks at Sony right now and is like, "Why aren't you accepting the deal?" I mean, I'm sure some people are, but it's like I get it. But it's like if this
Jez
deal falls
Corden,
through,
Jez Corden is like, what's wrong with Sony? It's just one
yeah,
game.
I've seen that.
Very disingenuous. Like
I'm
the
just
game sold 1 billion in a week. Very
yeah,
disingenuous.
it's a very successful franchise, and I don't think if this falls through, maybe it goes back to normal, but I don't think it's gonna be like it snaps right back to Sony and Activision are buddy buddy. I feel like
Welcome,
if this deal
Costing a lot
falls
of people
through,
money.
yeah, this still falls through. They probably go to Microsoft first and work out a deal. And
dude.
if
If
Microsoft
this,
doesn't want it, then they go to Sony.
so that's my question, because if the relationship is ruined, even if the deal falls through, this the if we assume the relationship is ruined, they're still gonna be
Hmm.
like, cool, no acquisition, but yo, we're rolling with Microsoft.
Yeah,
We're not
I
gonna
would think
sign
so.
exclusivity deal or anything. We're just gonna have Call of Duty. All the extra stuff is on Microsoft. Everything, and then
And see that
it'll be the same
that's
result.
that's even worse for them because it's like the way Microsoft is doing it, they're telling you right now, there's no exclusive content. You're getting the same thing. That's what they're reassuring you of that every 5
Mm,
seconds.
mm.
So if this
But
deal falls through and they want to be petty and they're like, "You know what? Yeah, we're getting exclusive content now." Now
yeah,
you just don't have that content. Now you're locked out of it. So,
Cozy, Cozy, can you hop in on this comment here by Innate? He says the funny thing at the end of the day is all these people so interested in this deal still are going to continue not playing COD the same way they've been doing for the last 10 years. You think that constitutes the truth, or is this scam? Personally,
That's
I
actually
haven't played
true.
COD in forever, but as soon as it's
Absolutely
on
true.
Game Pass,
We know we know how these console warriors are. That they only care about getting one up one way or the other. Most of these people don't actually care about the actual games that they shill for. Yeah, it's absolutely true. Absolutely true. These people aren't going to be playing Call of Duty. They weren't interested in Call of Duty. I'm not interested in Call of Duty. I don't really care. The only game I think that I play from Activision is Overwatch. So this is a lot of nothing for me. But
a lot of
I just
nothing.
find everything else surrounding this kind of interesting.
Okay, so Ham, again, maybe we might need to get Innate on the show. But Innate
Yes.
says people keep thinking of this relationship like it's their friend or boyfriend and girlfriend. This is about money. If it falls through, they're not going to burn 70% of their revenue. Ham, can you speak to the human element of the so-called revenue stream, or is this a nothing burger? And even if it doesn't go through, Activision is still going to give all the exclusives to Sony.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's about money, in my opinion. I mean, to be honest, this is kind of nothing
And who has the
to
most?
me.
Who has the most?
Right. So, I mean, do I think that they might give me? Do I think they'll look at them differently? Sure. Do I think that maybe they'll be a lot more favorable to one than the other down in the future? Sure. Do I think they're going to stop anything from happening? No. It's like I don't understand where people come out and say, "Yo, if they stop this deal from going through, you could say goodbye to Call of Duty on PlayStation." It's like, you think they want to lose money like immediately? Like, that's like Activision Blizzard. I mean, they ain't so stubborn that they're gonna, take money out of their own pockets. Like, I don't think they're gonna do that. But I don't know.
So
that
hold on,
split
Em.
might
Hold
be a
on,
little different.
let's do a conspiracy theory real quick, so we don't lose the time on the show. But this is interesting to me. Call of Duty made $1 billion in 10 days. Do you think that Satya Nadella and the boys would be so salty that they would have the guts to go to Activision and be like, "Yo, acquisition didn't go through, but here's $2 billion. Make the next COD 100% exclusive."
I don't know if they would do that.
I don't think they could do that.
Hold on. Or put it on Game Pass, and then charge the gamers on Sony.
I think they would do that.
I could see that happening.
I see that happening.
I could totally see that happening. I think they'd 100% say, "Yo, PlayStation, yeah, you can have it," but I don't know. Maybe
it's free on Xbox. Free.
Maybe it's an even higher hoop than it is for Xbox to get it onto their services. That's really as far as I think it'd really go for that. Because I honestly think that Activision would still be down to put it on their services if that's the way that they're playing. I don't think they'd say no to services. I think that would be something else. But then again, I mean, we are talking about Activision, and they said no to Nvidia. So they definitely possibly. I'm saying that there's a low percentage they'd say no to PlayStation just because that's where they get a lot of money from. But I'm just saying, they've told big companies like Nvidia, like, no, like, you're not having this.
Nvidia, bro. Nvidia.
Whatever. However you want to say it, don't matter, man. You over here saying phrases after. Oh man, you say stenographer, and I say whatever the hell you were saying. I don't know what the hell you pronounced it as. Stigrapher.
Seriously, we need to get Nate on the show. Nate, please DM me after the show. We need to chat. He says, "Yeah, obviously it's not everyone. However, I've seen dozens of gamers I know personally that don't play COD cover this like play-by-play on ESPN, and I'm like, why do you care exactly?" Bro, I wish you were on the show. I really wish you were on the show to say that live. We've said it like 10 times. Call of Duty sold $1 billion in less than 10 days. Yep. Why wouldn't you speak about the biggest game in gaming? I don't play Fortnite, but we talk about Fortnite. I don't play Nintendo games. I don't have a Switch. When the Direct comes on, we talked about it. We streamed it. When Tears of the Kingdom comes out, you bet your ass we're going to talk about it. It's Call of Duty, dude. What do you mean? Why are people talking about it? What's wrong with you? Focus, man. Focus. You had so many good takes. That was bad. That was Aaron Rodgers bad. All right. Anyone else want to chime in on Lulu's thing, or we moving on?
I'm ready to move on because I gotta get ready for work here in a minute. So we gotta move on.
Oh, dude, you done messed up because it's gonna be a minute. All right, let's quickly power through game predictions. Next week we only have two notable games. WWE 2K23 coming out March 17th on all platforms except Nintendo Switch. Cozy, what's the score for WWE 2K23?
What score did the last one get?
It's like 102, something like that.
No, it probably got like a 69. Wait, what is it? WWE?
2K23. It's got John Cena on the cover, so it's not going to do well.
That's a hot take
sucks.
right there. Look,
Cena sucks.
Why do you hate John Cena?
Cena sucks. Cena sucks. Cena sucks.
Let's just let Luke tie himself out.
I'm going to go with 78.
All right. Ham Solo.
Fair.
WWE 2K23.
You should go 69.
84.
84. See, Mr. Johnny Dark sees what's up. He says that's an L for 2K23 having John Cena on the cover. There you go.
The story is like revolved around him. So have you heard about that? So it's a weird storyline.
I love wrestling. I love wrestling. So it's focused on his career, and instead of you playing as John Cena, you're going to be playing his multiple opponents.
Yeah, he's the antagonist, which is insane.
Yes. Dragonheart Yobi, pick one number, bro. This is the third week where you refuse to pick a number. Focus, brother. Matt likes games. What's the score?
I'm gonna go 70, 79.
79. All right, next game we have Bayonetta, Origins, Cereza, and the Lost Demon coming March 17th. Nintendo Switch exclusive. Cozy, what's the score?
81.
81. Okay. Ham Solo, what's the score?
77.
77. Matt likes games. What's the score?
74.
74. All right. Excuse me. Game results from last week. The Outer Worlds Spaces. Spaces Choice Edition, March 7th.
This is gonna be rough.
Oh man,
What?
Yobi's answer in the chat got me. I'm sorry.
It's celebrating his career. Same thing they did with Rey Mysterio last year. And he's insisting on the 89 to 93.
He said, take it or leave it.
Bro, this is not. What's that show, Ham? What's that show where people go and negotiate their stuff, and then the guy's like, "That's my final offer." What's that show called?
I'm pretty sure it's bullshitting on TSWS.
Oh god. And on that note, Outer Worlds, the score was 78.
That's actually better than I would have. Okay.
Yeah, the person that was closest is Cozy with the 84. So that's one for Cozy. Next, we had Fatal Frame, 74. Mr. Joanna Dark and Matt Likes Games missed it by 1. Matt Likes Games said 73. Mr. Joanna Dark, 74. So no one got that point. Sorry, Mr. Joanna Dark said 75. And the score was 74. So no one got the point. Next, we have Monster Energy Supercross 6. The score was 71. And the correct score, Ham Solo got this one. He said 70. So again, we have another draw.
Another win for Matt Likes Games.
No. Okay. Matt is still in the lead with 2 wins. Sour Blows got 1. Cozy and Ham Bagel. All right.
I like
because
bagels,
Bagels are better than everything that he was just talking about.
Everyone loves bagels.
Bagel, you can eat pizza anytime.
It's bread,
notable
but it got a hole in it.
Okay, Ham. We're trying to get you out of here. Focus. Notable tweets. Cozy Beluga. Healy Major said, in today's StarField news, y'all gotta wait all the way until September just to play a game that was made to run on the Series S. And you still gotta wait till June just to see if the game is even worth the wait. Phil has been giving y'all every inch he's got to give. Lord. What is your take on this tweet? Bro, dude was going in hard, man. What's your take on this tweet, Cozy?
It's uncomfortable.
I mean, it is frustrating. I imagine the fans are frustrated that we have to wait for this game. But to be fair, I feel like there's no way StarField, even if it's not, the greatest game in the universe, can't live up to being a Bethesda game. And that's all it has to do. I don't think, and him saying that is kind of missing the point. You're not going to find out, like, a Bethesda game is a horrible game. You're going to find out it's not as good as this other Bethesda game that you like. But it's not going to be horrible. It's going to scratch that itch in a way that other games are not going to. So, like, this wait is like, the wait is worth it because you already know at the bare minimum, you're probably at least just going to have fun and get lost in it.
And that's why we're here, to have fun.
Yes.
Yep.
Ham Solo, Megamat X86 said, gaming Twitter hates live service and multiplayer games. That is an absolute fact. But there's so many people out there that literally just play multiplayer games with friends. I think some of you need to come out of your bubble and really realize that Twitter is not the end all. What's your take on this tweet?
What the hell is he? What does it mean?
It's summarizing it. Most hardcore gamers hate multiplayer games, but most normies love multiplayer games, and they make up the majority. Take it or leave it. That's me summarizing it, I guess.
It sounds like he was just kind of just frustratingly talking to nothing about really nothing. I mean,
oof.
Dude, it is what it is.
This is one of my mutuals. I like this guy. What's wrong with you?
I tell you one thing. I'm not a big fan of like battle passes and all that stuff, but I get it. Like, if they're gonna continue to pump out content, they probably need some sort of revenue to come in other than just their game to be purchased. So I do understand it, although I don't always like it.
Like Expo Primal is one good example.
Good example of
a game that they could have just made like a single player campaign and be done with it.
True.
It would have been a nice game.
But did they want to make that?
No.
Apparently not.
No. All right.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Cozy.
It's just in terms of like people, I think, it's like a little bit of column A, column B, because on one hand you have everyone shoehorning like bad multiplayer focused features into like these games and just making really garbage games, as you saw a lot of the ones that closed, that the rest of this is closing down, this is closing down, because they didn't do anything great, except for some of them did something great, but they implement it wrong way. Knockout City, I feel sorry for that one because it could have been better than it was if they hadn't made it the way they did. But at the same time, you have like people that are like, so like, especially on like Twitter and other sites, game-focused sites that are just so anti-multiplayer. Just really hate it. Just hate it.
Yeah, that's
Any
me.
game, even if it's
That's
a
me.
game that has like a campaign that just includes multiplayer, like you being able to play with someone else. People just hate that,
that's
like
me.
as an option.
Yeah. The only game that needs multiplayer in the campaign is Elden Ring, because not everyone is
Because you're garbage.
amazing. Yes. I'm garbage at Elden Ring. Yeah. Fuck it.
Scary like a baby
Matt,
you are.
It's cool, Cozy. Just I want all the milk. Matt,
What are we
Dano
talking about?
I don't know.
Dano Omen at Dano Omen said, honestly, when was the last time a game made by Square Enix didn't underperform their expectations? They have absurd expectations to begin with, and then their games haven't come out to great receptions. That's a bad combo.
It is. It's a pretty terrible combo. That's probably what happens when you lock off like a huge player base from your games.
Damn.
But I
It's
don't
still salty about Final Fantasy.
see. I don't care about Final Fantasy. I'm not like if that could launch day 0 on Xbox. I'm not playing it. I don't care about it. Same with most things that Square Enix releases. The most I've ever been interested in a Square Enix game in the last like 10 years is Forspoken, and right before it launched, I was out on it. So, I think Square Enix is just a perpetually terrible publisher. Just a horrible publisher, and everything they get, they deserve. Quite honestly.
Wow.
That's how I feel.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Now, on that super positive note, we're going to start quiz time. Jesus. All right. That was just dark. They deserve everything.
I'm not saying like bad, horrible, terrible things. I'm just saying like, hey, your game didn't sell well. No shit. You deserve it.
Wow. Okay. I thought you were going to try and step back from it, but you leaned in just a little further. Okay. Cool. Cozy. World of Warcraft recently announced Embers of Neltharion, its first major patch for the Dragonflight expansion. True or false?
Mike?
False?
It's actually true.
No.
Ham Solo, this new update adds tons of content to the game, including an expansive underground zone called Sandgold Castle. True or false?
Am you okay, bud?
True.
Okay.
False. It's false. It's actually Zaralek Cavern.
Oh
Matt,
my god.
Yeah.
you're trying to psych me out. Matt, the final
How am I psyching
area
you out?
of...
You're asking the question.
That pause makes me nervous, and you know it. Matt, the final area of Zaralek Cavern is a volcanic region. True or false?
True.
Damn. Okay. Matt got that right. First on the board.
50%
Cozy.
chance.
Yeah.
Cozy, Valheim is available now for PC and releases March 14th, 2023 for Xbox One and Series X and S consoles. True or false?
True.
Correct. Ham Solo, StarField Showcase is scheduled for June 11th. True or false?
Say that again.
The StarField Showcase is scheduled for June 11th. True or false?
False.
It's true. Matt likes games. Xbox is the only console platform that Valheim is currently intending. Damn. Okay. All right. Cozy.
Is that right?
Yeah, correct.
Let's
Cozy.
go.
Yeah.
There are 5 types of door locks in Atomic Heart's Blood Courier Quest. True or false?
True.
False. There's 4 types. Ham Solo. The first time
False.
Fortnite had a. It's true. Matt likes
Yeah.
games. Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield were the characters in Resident Evil's first collaboration with Fortnite. True or false?
I mean, I've been saying true, so I'll just say true.
Correct.
Oh my god.
Cozy. Activision Blizzard is partnering with McDonald's to offer early access beta codes for Diablo 4 to those who purchase a double down sandwich. True or false?
True.
Oh.
False. It's with KFC. Ham Solo.
Ooh.
Nintendo
Wow.
will be showcasing a real life version. True, actually.
I wonder what the question was.
So Nintendo will be showcasing a real life version of Mario's boots to tie in with the upcoming Super Mario Bros. Movie. It's actually true.
Aw.
Matt,
Yeah.
the Super Mario Bros. movie will hit theaters on April 4th. True or false?
Who's making the boots?
I'm just gonna stick with true because hey, true.
False. It's April
That's
5th.
fine.
Cozy Beluga,
Of course it is.
the official release date for the base version of WWE 2K23 is March 17th, 2023. True or false?
True.
Correct. Ham Solo. The Forspoken has recently got an update named 1.10. True or false?
False.
It's true. Damn, Ham, you didn't get one right today. Matt likes games.
False.
Yep.
You've already won today. 3-2 to Cozy, but last ceremonial question, and then you get your 1 minute to just rant about whatever. And also, don't forget to pick someone in the chat to get the $10 voucher. Matt,
Oh yeah, true.
the deluxe and icon editions of WWE 2K23 will launch on March 14th, 2023. True or false?
I'm just gonna stick with true. All my answers are true.
Correct. All right.
False.
You got your 1 minute. Go with your 1 minute. Knock yourself
I
out.
honestly don't have much to say. I just want to say that Xbox is the best thing ever made, hands down. And I just want to say StarField is going to be the greatest game ever made, hands down. And that's it. That's it.
Now
Thank you
that
for
I finally heard something that I get to say true to.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Matt, pick someone in the chat.
Starfield's gonna be booty.
All right. You know
Look,
what?
Ozzy, some of us like booty, so stop. Matt, pick someone in the chat.
It's going to Dragonheart Yobi for the 89 to 93 because he deserves
For
it.
him insisting on that rubbish. Whatever.
Yes. It's
All
for
right.
him.
Making
Drake,
Loke pay
whatever,
him
man.
for it.
Dog, I'm pissed right now, but it's cool. It's cool. It is
Congratulations, Dragonheart Yobi.
Yeah, let him know.
Yobi, go to the TSWS page, follow TSWS on Twitter, send the DM, and then pick what platform you want to get the $10, and we'll send you a code. Also, he says that's false. They don't launch. It's an early access. What are we talking about specifically? Anyways, please specify, Yobi. Anyways, time for the last point, so Ham can get up out of here.
Yep.
Last point. StarField got delayed again. The only people that noticed this delay are butthurt PlayStation fanboys. Everyone else was too busy drowning in all the awesome games on Xbox Game Pass. From Hi-Fi Rush to Wolong Fallen Dynasty to Atomic Heart to Guilty Gear Strive, etc., etc. We might as well call Phil Spencer a devious magician for distracting everyone from his other hand. But is it really distraction? Are the previously mentioned games, among others, not playable right now? Are they not great games? Call me crazy, but after removing my personal feelings from it, I have to say that Xbox has delivered. They have delivered enough that enough people don't care about what they haven't delivered on. No one remembers that Obama didn't get the troops out in his first 2 terms. Why? Obamacare. No one remembers Michael Jordan failing with the Wizards or 3 years pre-Scottie Pippen. Why? 6 titles, two three-peats, and 6 MVPs. No one remembers the atrocity that was Tekken 5. Why? Tekken 3, Tekken 4, Tekken Tag, Tekken 6, take your pick. If you're upset that not enough people are upset over StarField being delayed, don't be upset at the people mindlessly playing games on Xbox. Be upset at Xbox for releasing so many great games day one and distracting folks from the most important thing in gaming, your precious exclusives. Michael Pachter said it best, and I'm paraphrasing here. Adapt or die, Jimbo. Adapt or die. Thank you for listening.
Let's go.